Yo, dude.
Yo, what's up, man?
Yo, dude. I just showered. I'm chilling.
I
And
just
I'm
got
scared.
I
I'm
just
really
got back
scared,
home.
honestly.
I just got back home. I'm setting everything up and I'm about to start the stream. It was like a lot closer than I thought it would be, like just to be back home in time. I
Yeah?
swear to God, it's like I will have weeks where nothing happens and then all of the shit happens at the same time.
Yeah. Uh, Alright, there we go.
Yes, I have started the stream. I have the music in the background, everything's working, YouTube should be live. Yeah, what up, Nils? TikTok.
Nice. Oh, yeah, we could probably wait a bit first as well. Some more people join. Uh, do I ping everyone in the server?
Well, don't use the everyone tag. Isn't there like a tag for like news or people interested in, I don't know,
I
like.
could ping the mortar baiter role, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good one.
Hold up, let me
TikTok is having problems. The stream is not starting. I knew all of this shit would happen, bro. Yo, what up,
Yeah, of
Logan?
course.
How you doing, man? We got Logan on YouTube. We got Niels on YouTube. TikTok is not working. I might have to restart the stream. Good start. Good. Oh, okay.
And the
It
YouTube
works.
link.
It works. It works. Nice.
Hey, perfect.
The
Yep, and
title.
the YouTube link.
Yo, Terence Tarnova. Thank you for the follow. But
Oh,
yes,
dude,
it
that's my
should.
friend.
Oh, it's your friend Terence. Nice. Anyone
Yeah,
that's Mau's friend is also my friend. But yeah, right now it should be working on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. The title should be Mortar Bait Meta Podcast on all three, hopefully, if everything is working.
perfect.
Can you maybe check the YouTube because it doesn't let me see the title? No, yeah, no, no, it should
Uh,
be. Yeah, yeah, no, it's Mortar
yeah,
Bait Meta
yeah, that's
Podcast.
right. Yeah, exactly.
Tell Mao that I love him. Yo, Terence Tanova loves you, bro. Just so you know.
Yeah, I love him as well. Yeah, that's the
Aww.
guy I played 2v2 ladder with.
Oh, I see. Yo, what up, Mayor? How
Oh,
you
yeah.
doing?
You want to know what he did?
Mm-hmm.
We had a good finish, like both of us, and then he wanted to play a game with Nate, and they lost. And
With
then he
Baby
played
Nate?
with a different friend. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Huh.
And then he played with a different friend, and they lost every game basically.
Oh, damn. It just worked with you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He's a fake friend.
It just worked with you.
See, that's karma for leaving me.
Oh yeah, guys, this is not a regular stream today, as you might tell from the fact that I'm here with Mao. Today we're gonna be analyzing the meta, the balance changes. We're gonna see what the implications are for Mortar Bait. I'm gonna mostly talk about my variant, my specific 8 cards variant, and Mao is gonna talk more about the meta variants, the one with like minions and skeletons instead,
Yeah, and the other ones.
and the other ones, of course. And we're gonna speculate on what's gonna be the new meta variant of Mortar Bait. Everyone like and sub, hell yeah, Logan, hell yeah, bro.
That's so wholesome.
So, for the
Uh,
first thing here, let me just open the Mortar meta file that we have. Maybe also open up the meta map that I made for this season, even though I think it's
oh
already
yeah.
changed.
No, I think it's still relevant. I gotta get that as well, actually. Uh,
Should I send it to you?
I think it's in our chat. Uh, yeah, I have it.
Alright, I have it too. Let me pull it up on screen. So we're gonna start here with this meta map. Let me zoom it. Oh, I'm zooming the wrong thing. Let me zoom it down. Perfect.
Yeah,
I'm.
honestly, just by looking at it, every deck like on the map is still like a thing.
I made that image very big. Taking a while to zoom it down. Alright, so I have it here on the screen, so you guys can already start looking at the meta map. I'll put it on the vertical. stream as well. Vertical sources, image, there it is. Now I gotta zoom this one down as well. But yeah, we're mostly gonna be talking about the meta. I also should put the balance changes on screen at some point, but I think I'll just
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
oh yeah. I gotta mention as well, like the hero ice golem got nerfed like
Oh,
today.
already?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is the balance change already live?
For the ice golem, yeah. Oh, the other ones too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're out.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
ice golem change was pretty big.
we're gonna go through all the balance changes one by one, by the way, chat. So we're gonna address everything.
Yeah, let me get the balance changes here as well. Perfect.
Yo, VCV Craft, thank you for the follow. Dal YouTuber, everyone like and sub, hell yeah. What up, VCV Craft? Nice prob, yo prob, do you even remember me from the last video, from the last live video? I remember you, you were here yesterday. I remember you. Minor Golem Curse, yeah, that's a deck, apparently. I've seen also a lot of double Golem. That is like a similar deck, but it also has E-Golem in it.
Dude, that one is so weird.
Indeed, bro. Let me see if I can open Royal API here for the balance changes. There it is. And then every time we want to talk about Royal API, just switch to the general page here.
Yeah.
Perfect, man. You have everything set up. So welcome to Dead Zone Radio, aka the Mortar Meta Podcast.
Dude, Dead Zone Radio is so nice.
Dead Zone Radio was a elite pool, bro. For real.
Yeah, exactly. Like it fits the theme perfectly.
So what do you want to start talking about? The meta map, the 30 most popular decks in Ultimate Champion right now, or should we start with the balance changes?
I'm just gonna go through the ice golem change honestly, because it happened like right now. So the only change was like the damage per blast. It went from 134 to
It is not
64.
It is not in the balance changes image, like the final Clash Royale balance changes for January 2026 season 79. It doesn't say.
Yeah, because
the ice golem.
The ice golem was yeah. How do you explain it? It's like it didn't come like when the season started. Like they waited 2 weeks to release it, so it came out today, like just a couple hours ago.
Where do you see this? Can you send me a link, maybe?
It's in the server, like if you scroll up in the general channel. I posted a Twitter link. Poor Ice Golem got a nerf.
Yeah. I don't really have Twitter, so I never opened those. But
I'll send you 2 screenshots actually. But yeah, it's only the damage per blast that changed. It went from 134 down to 65 at max level though, apparently. And does that mean it doesn't one tap Skellies? I think it does, right?
I'm not sure. Like I
think Skellies have 100 HP at max level, 108 or something like that. And that's like just above half. Yeah, that's weird.
Yo, what up, Tower Taker 69? What up, Phil? How you guys doing? Bro, I keep on scrolling because I forget who I'm watching. What?
Bro, what?
What does that even mean? But yeah, I'd say, where is it? Like you sent me the image. Oh yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, in DMs. It's after and before, wrong order. But yeah.
Oh man. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to show these ones on stream because then it's way too much to like also put them on both the vertical and horizontal feed and stuff. But I will just tell you guys, the Ice Golem hero. There it is. Snowstorm conjures a blizzard that damages and slows nearby enemies, then freezes them solid. And the first image you sent is how it used to be, and now and the second one is how it is now.
No, it's the opposite. It got a nerf. I just sent them in the wrong order, basically.
So the first one is the current one.
Yeah, exactly, the nerfed version.
Okay, so before it used to do 134 damage per blast. And he said 3 blasts? I don't even know how the
Yeah.
Hero Ice Golem is. Like, I haven't even seen the unnerfed version.
It's like the original Evo Ice Spirit basically, but it has a bigger radius.
I see. Okay. Interesting. Well,
Oh yeah, and way less damage now, obviously, because yeah, 65 damage per blast.
let's address the changes one by one. So I'm gonna show them on stream. All right. The first thing we want to talk about here is the Evo Skeleton Barrel nerf. So the death damage of the Evo Skeleton Barrel, the evolved Skeleton Barrel, it went from 220, from 225, sorry, to 220. So that means that's a 5% nerf. And yeah, the death damage is now doing way less. So do you think that changes? I've never used the Evo Skelly Barrel. I've only used it a couple times. I'm more of an Evo Musketeer player.
Yeah, the biggest change is like it doesn't one tap the minions anymore. So that's like the only difference, right? But it still has the extra HP. So have you noticed that? Like that it reaches the tower like every time they play it, unless you play Mortar, of course, because it has the extra health.
Yo,
Yeah, and that's
Terrence!
basically the thing, right?
Terrence, thank you for the subscription, bro. I just noticed.
Yo, what?
Terrence just
Dude,
subscribed on Twitch. I really appreciate it,
that's so
man.
wholesome.
Thank you very much, bro. And hi to Vogelzad as well. Boosted Mao never getting a top 1k ever again. I mean, he still has to get the badge, bro.
Oh, wait, did he call me boosted, Terrence?
Yeah.
Oh, hell nah, dude. Yeah, I'm just gonna let you know, this guy was hard stuck 1700 last season.
Ooh, bro cannot
Oh,
retalk shit.
and guess
Terrence,
what? Guess what? The
I don't
season
see you.
before,
Terrence, I don't see you giving us the hot takes that Mao is giving us on the balance changes. I don't think you have the credibility, I guess, or the pedigree that
exactly.
Mao has in the community to trust your
See, because
opinions.
like 2 seasons ago, like the season before where he was like hard stuck, he finished at I think 2700 medals with mortar bait, and then he went back to minor rocket and he's bad. So I guess that just proves that mortar bait is the best deck in the game.
Who does
So
Mao
he
think
was
he
hard
is?
stuck 1,000 medals lower.
He said, "Who does Mao think he is?"
Exactly. I'm the better mortar player. Or the
Logan,
better player, I mean.
Logan, why are you saying that you're banned? I see all of your messages. They do not appear on YouTube for some reason. So I do think you are in some way banned from YouTube itself. But my Caster Labs does show me the messages. So I have seen you saying that it took you 4 hours to beat the Mega Draft Challenge. Yesterday it took me 4 hours to beat the Mega Draft Challenge as well, by the way. 15, not even a challenge, sorry. The new competitive mode, the Mega Draft
Yeah.
League, whatever you want to call it. Have you played it, Mal?
No, I don't think I'm going to because you don't even get a badge apparently. So
Yeah, I just wanted to get to the competitive part, which is like 15 wins. If you just win 15 wins, you get to the competitive league. I'm not gonna actually climb in the competitive league because I'm anything but a Mega Draft player. But I just want to get there, you know, you get the trophy road rewards and stuff.
yeah. Oh yeah, actually maybe I should play it then. I didn't even think about that.
Legendary pronunciation, broski. My name in English is Birdseed. Vogelsad. Vogelsad. I assume that's Dutch.
Dutch? Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
it sounds like Dutch. It could be German. But yeah, guys, let's go back to the balance changes here. With me and Mao don't think that the death damage nerf of the Evo Skelly Barrel is gonna affect that much.
No.
Same thing with the Hero Ice Golem, right? It changes 1 or 2 interactions at most, and the chip damage caused by these interactions on the tower is also gonna be basically negligible. So I'd say those two changes are more of like a minion nerf than a Skelly Barrel nerf. You know,
Yeah.
a minion buff, sorry, than a Skelly Barrel nerf.
That's crazy as well, right? Because I feel like the minions are already like super strong.
Yeah. I think the minions were over buffed with the uh, range buff, you know? I think I think the attack speed was okay, but the range buff is too much for both Mortar and Expo. Now they can get fully countered without the minions even getting into range of the tower.
I
It's a
I feel
little
like they
much.
should just revert like all the DPS nerfs and then just go back to like the initial work in progress
Yeah.
buff with like the speed because they were gonna be quick. I think as
Terence
quick as a lumberjack
Terence
or
is also
something.
saying Hero Mask is low-key ass now. We're gonna get that next. The Hero Mask nerf is the
Yeah,
next one we're talking about. Also, Vogelzad saying good Dutch broski. I've lived in the Netherlands for 5 years, so I know a little bit of Dutch. You know, gezellig and dankjewel alsjeblieft, eet smakelijk. All classic Dutch words. Frikandel broodje. Which country are you from? I'm from Italy. But yeah, let's move on to the Hero Musketeer nerf. The turret will continue to spawn as quickly when the ability button is pressed, but it will take 1 second longer for it to lock onto a target and start attacking. So this is different than what people were saying, that the turret was gonna be like the royal delivery, in the sense that it was
yeah,
gonna take longer to land down. It still lands as early as it used to. It just takes 1 second before it starts targeting troops. Well, 1 second longer. Before it already took 1 second,
yeah.
like every other troop. I don't know if you guys noticed, but when you place troops on the arena, they have this little timer that ticks down. Usually it's 1 second. For other cards like Golem, it's a little longer. But the turret was having the standard 1 second timer. Now it's 1 second longer, and that's gonna give you enough time to react to it before it starts shooting your tower immediately, you know? They can place the turret, you can wait for them to see if the ability is placed, and then instead of having to predict it, you can react to it. This is an actual nerf, this is an actual change that is gonna have real consequences. I think the Hero Musketeer is not gonna be as prevalent as it was last season.
No, exactly. Like for example, the mortar bait deck with the minions and skellies went back to using Dark Goblin instead of the Hero Musk now.
And Terence is saying that it also shoots slower now. I don't think that's true. I think the attack speed is still the exact same. They only
Yeah, I
changed
think
the
it is the
deploy time.
same, but I get what he's saying because I felt like it was shooting slower when I faced it. But I think that's only because it like takes a while for it to start shooting.
Hmm.
Like I'm still not used to it, but it's still a scary card. You still have to defend the turret. Like
I
it's still
see.
very strong. Like if you leave it.
Oh, by the way, we have Alderazi on TikTok here saying
Oh
hello, ¿qué
really?
tal? Yo, Alderazi, if you want to join the call, let us know. You are one of the people that can totally join the Mortar Bait podcast because you are one of the pro
Yeah.
Mortar Baiters.
Yeah, we need his opinion on the LP change as well, or if he still thinks it's bad because it doesn't have the 3 card cycle anymore.
Yes. Also, White Jesus saying I'm finally UC. Congrats, bro. And Querzas saying, is it worth using Hero Mask in 2.6 now? We're gonna also talk about 2.6 specifically later because I think it's gonna become even more busted now with the Ice Golem hero. But I'd say Hero Mask is still making the Hog 2.6 deck better, in the sense that it's better to have the ability, to have the possibility to use the ability than not have it.
Yeah,
But I don't think it's broken in the sense that like it's gonna make 2.6 the best deck in the game or whatever. 2.6 has always been one of the most viable decks in the game, and I don't think any small nerf or small buff is gonna change that position. It could make it slightly more popular, slightly less popular, but 2.6 is never fully going away from the
yeah,
meta. And I also think, you know, it's very how do I say not it's not a controversial opinion to say that Hog 2.6 is never going away from the meta. Like everyone agrees with this. I think it's a lot more controversial, the next thing that I'm gonna say, which is Hog 2.6 is never gonna be meta, like the most meta deck in the game. It's never gonna be one of those boosted, completely broken decks that everyone can play because of the cards that make it up. They're like the hog itself, the cannon, the musketeer. They cannot ever reach e-golem status or reach what the hero musketeer was doing last season is just because it just got released. You know what I mean?
yeah.
These things only happen when Supercell releases a new thing. They want people to buy it. But this season, even with the release of the Ice Golem, or even in the future if they release more heroes with 2.6 cards, I do not think 2.6 is ever going to become the broken deck that everyone plays, you know, that all the pro players, the
No, it's
boosted.
just like added utility, because like that's why you're gonna keep the Muskie in 2.6 as well. Because I
Yeah.
feel like it's better to have 2 heroes and 2 evos.
Yes, yes,
If you put the Muskie in the evo slot, you only have 1 hero for now. So I
that's
feel
the
like it's just
same.
better to have both the heroes.
That's
Just
the
the
same
extra
thing.
utility.
That's the same thing I think with Mortar bait. Honestly, it's like I would use Hero Mask if I had it, despite the fact that I like Evo Mask more.
Yeah.
But that's just because it's better. Like if you have the possibility to use an ability and there is no drawback, there's no reason to not use heroes. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Terrence saying somebody on the dev team plays 2.6. I genuinely do not think that the Clash Royale dev team is biased towards 2.6. I think 2.6 is a one trick deck. I think 2.6 is like only one tricks that have been playing the deck for 5, 6 years, you know, like 7 years, 8 years. Like those are the people that are gonna like keep playing it no matter what. The deck being boosted is not gonna, like, you know, for example, I'm trying to find like a good example of a deck that is boosted like that, and I'm thinking of GG P.E.K.K.A. You know,
Yeah.
Goblin Giant P.E.K.K.A. How everyone was using it for a couple seasons, even though nobody was using it before. Decks like that, they become the most popular deck in the game for one season, and then they disappear like one season after, maybe 2 seasons after. That's never happening to 2.6.
I feel like that deck was strong for a long time though.
It
Like
was
half a
viable
year.
for a
Yeah.
while, but it was only like meta, like the best deck in the game for like what, 2 seasons, I think.
Yeah.
Like 2 months is still a lot. Don't get me wrong. Like if Mortar Bait was super meta for one season, I'd be all over it. And I'm talking about
Yeah, and
my
then it gets
variant.
instant nerf. We don't get that treatment.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, actually, I was
I'm
gonna
talking about
mention.
my variant.
I feel like. Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna mention. I do think that they're kind of biased for like, or in favor of like hyperbait, because
Hmm.
like it hasn't really gotten any big nerfs in a while. Because like right now, for example, with the Skelly Barrel nerf, I feel like the biggest nerf to hyperbait is the Evo Skarmy one.
I'm always of the opinion that any change for like one specific deck or archetype is coincidental. Like I don't think there's anyone in the dev team going like, oh, I really like Mega Knight more than Royal Hogs, so I'm gonna nerf the Royal Hogs and I'm gonna buff the Mega. Like I don't think that's happening. I think that's conjecture at best. You know, like
Yeah, actually.
the fact that hyperbait is being really popular, I think it's more of a result of the fact that they released Evo Ghost, the fact that they released Vines, the fact that like when they released all of these cards, they were not thinking, oh yes, this is gonna create a new archetype called hyperbait where
No, no,
people,
no.
oh, you know, it's mostly coincidental. So you know, I don't think that there's someone in the dev team being like, I really like hyperbait, let's not nerf it.
No, but I still feel like they're more lenient, like with the nerfs. Because, like, for example, this Skelly Barrel nerf, yeah, it did almost nothing. Like, yeah, it doesn't kill minions, it doesn't kill spirits.
Hmm.
Then the Boss Bandit as well. It's like that's been like the most requested card to get nerfed for a long time, I think.
The boss
Even
bandit.
though it doesn't have a high use rate. Yeah, yeah,
I
exactly. The
think the
Boss
boss
Bandit.
bandit is fine the way it is. I don't think it needs a nerf.
I
Also,
think
Vogelzad.
I feel
Wait.
like it's dumb.
Oh.
Like just the fact that you can pop 2 abilities, like I feel like it gets very random
Mm-hmm.
because it's like all over the place.
No,
I don't know. I don't think that's good.
I agree that it's all over the place, but I think a lot of cards, like both the Mega Knight and the Boss Bandit, I think they are only toxic towards like casual players. Like I have problems against the Boss Bandit as well. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't ask for it to be nerfed because when I watch the CRL or when I watch pro gameplay, you know, it's never a, oh no, they just placed Boss Bandit and won the whole game. There's a lack of skill or whatever. Like I think it increases the amount of skill in the game. Like the pro players have to react to it in time. They don't necessarily have to overcommit to react to it. Like it is a 6 elixir card. Let's keep that in mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like it doesn't really have the same versatility as other cards because I mean it's a champion, it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's also like a very niche concept as well. Like it won't work in yeah, there has only been one mortar bait deck where it's been used, and then the other ones have only been I think one hyper bait deck and then just bridge spam pretty much.
Like, to me, the broken cards that desperately need a nerf are, for example, when Skeletons was in half of the decks of the CRL, and
Yeah.
they nerfed it from 4 Skeletons to 3 Skeletons. Or, you know, like in the latest CRL, the fact that RG cycle was literally everywhere. You could not have a best of
Yep.
3 without either player going at least RG cycle once. That's a
Yep.
broken archetype, you know. That's something that you're
Yeah.
like, hey, all the pro players are doing the same thing. Maybe this strategy is a little busted. That never happened with the Boss Bandit, and that never happened with the Mega Knight. And those are the 2 cards that the community likes to complain about the most. Yeah, Vogelzad. I do think Lake Guard is a little overrated, but also like this stream is mostly a podcast. Is mostly a podcast about the balance changes. I'm not gonna be talking about my opinion of Belgium or Italy or whatever, you know.
I mean, that's valid, no?
It is, it is.
You,
But
you
yeah,
just gotta talk shit about Belgium and he's happy.
I gotta actually go to the bathroom for a bit. Do you want to hop in one singular game?
Oh, yeah, of course, of course.
All right, and then we can keep talking about the balance changes. So far, we're literally only talking about our decks, like Skelly Barrel, Evo, Hero, Musketeer. You know, eventually we're gonna start talking about the other cards as well. Chat as well.
I feel like that's the most relevant thing. I'll play your deck, actually. Why not?
Let's go, man. Let's
Ooh,
go.
I gotta get on my other account. Because...
Avloxage.
Or wait, no, actually, I
Yeah,
can
I
play
have.
with...
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I
exactly,
have. I
exactly.
have
I
your
was
other
gonna say...
account as well. Sorry, bro. Just curious. Oh, no worries, bro. Like I can talk about this all the time. You know, I can even tell you later. It's just gonna make it harder for me to edit this video later, because then I'm gonna have to sort through all of the parts where we're not talking about this stuff, about the balance changes. You never up elixir after a boss bandit. Dogshit
Alright, there we
mouse
go.
stuck at
Yeah,
2k
yeah, I
medals.
can queue now.
Bro, what the fuck do you mean dogshit mouse stuck at 2k medals? That's probably higher than you are.
Wait, Terrence?
Yeah.
Was it
So
Terrence?
if there's
Wait, let me
somebody
check where he
talking,
is. He's
if there's
16,
somebody talking
16.
shit, it's always Terrence, man, about you.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, oh,
Make
yeah. His
timestamps
best
and rate
season
them
on
down.
that
Okay.
account is with Mortar bait.
But are you in a game?
Oh,
Because I really gotta go to the
yeah.
bathroom,
I can
bro.
queue now. Yeah, I'm queuing.
Okay. There it
There we
is.
go. I'm
All right.
in.
See you guys in a
Perfect.
bit. I'll leave it to Mao.
Yeah, I don't know what this guy could be playing. Could be maybe recruits? No. Okay, yeah, it's probably minor poison then. Still think it could be minor no, it's just hyper bait. That's fine. Just gotta play a bit careful here, because this deck is very annoying. Oh, I don't want to talk about that. Gotta defend that with a muskie, sadly. And we can go high mortar here. So I wonder if he has a skelly barrel. There's a chance he doesn't. Perfect. Alright. And now I'm expecting wall breakers here somewhere, so I'm gonna save my log. I want to try something here. I want to see if the hero musk ability counters that. Perfect. Okay, not bad. Just gotta cycle to my Evo Mortar here. I might be able to win soon. Alright, nice. Oh, nice. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, so now we just play slow. I have my Evo. I can eat that ghost.
Alright, chat, we is back. I'm getting addicted to Mao's voice, it's so sleepy.
Bro. Comment.
The chat loves you,
no.
bro. Honestly, I think you should stream sometimes. If you need help like to set it up, I can totally help you.
Dude, I want to, but it's like scary. It's kind of scary. Also,
Yeah,
I gotta
it
say,
is.
I hate playing against Hyperbait. I don't care if I have matchup, it is so annoying.
No, I know,
Oh.
bro. Having matchup is not enough for me to enjoy a game. Like, some matchups are really hard, but I still like to play them. And some matchups are really easy, but I still hate to play them. So honestly, the reason I think this gameplay is really good is because we can see both of the balance changes we were talking about. We can see the turret taking slightly longer there to target the ghost. We also could see the...
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. And he has spirits, so maybe we can try the Skelly Barrel nerf as well.
Yeah, I was watching that before. I don't think you're getting to another Evo Skelly Barrel. Maybe you are actually. Yeah, no, there's still 1 minute.
I'm too off.
Yeah, there's still 1 minute. Mortar players are skilled players. I completely agree. Bro, why does Terrence hate on you so much? He keeps calling you boosted.
I don't know.
I thought you guys were
Isn't
friends. This guy seems like your biggest hater, bro. Good log there, getting the value. But how is he stopping these?
Oh, that's gonna hurt. Yeah, I got a Fireball cycle now, just to be safe.
This is why I think we have matchup only if we cycle mortars, you know?
Yeah, because he can't really do anything.
It's kind of a coincidence actually that you have both of the Hero Mask and the
Oh,
Evo
here we go.
Skelly Barrel here. Oh, ability? Oh,
Oh, wait. I
oh
can
my
pop both.
god. And both abilities, dude.
Nice.
Dude.
Still good. Nice.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I think the Hero Mask nerf is not gonna kill it. It's just gonna make it more
No,
balanced.
it's still gonna be good, but it's not gonna be like
Broken.
unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I
It's
think
like
the
before, the fact that you couldn't react is what made it so stupid.
I think the Hero Mask nerf is definitely like it was needed. It's a good balance change.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that they nerfed something that is for mortar bait, you know, I still think it was a good change.
I do like the concept as well. Like, it's very unique.
Do you think though the Skelly Barrel, the Evo Skelly Barrel nerf is as noticeable? Because I definitely noticed the Hero Mask nerf. I don't think for that part of the game that I was there that I did notice the difference for the Skelly Barrel, for the Evo Skelly Barrel.
I only notice it against Midian's deck. That's it. I didn't even realize if the spirit change or no. Yeah, so it doesn't one tap spirits anymore, and I don't know. I didn't really see that happening here.
So TikTok is saying, why are you on a call with Tite or Kangdon? Yeah, no, this is not Tite, this is not Kangdon. Have you used Mortar Rocket
Kangdon's
before or
awesome,
Mortar
dude.
Bait only? I only play Mortar Bait. No, it's not Elliot, it's not Kangdon, it's not Tite, it's Mao, a Mortar Bait player, chat. This is not a Minor World Breakers player, or sorry, a Mighty Minor World Breakers player. This is not a Hog Giant Skeleton player. I don't even know who Elliot is. Who is Elliot?
Yeah, who is that?
I don't know, but it's not Elliot either, man. He's a Mortar Bait player. Let's move on to the next balance change, though. The Hero Mini P.E.K.K.A nerf. Damage healed minus 25%. So before it was, when you activated the ability, 40% of the damage that the Hero Mini P.E.K.K.A dealt before activating the ability, it would be given to it in terms of like levels, you know? It uses the damage.
I think it was like 40% regardless.
It was 40% before, now it's 30%.
Oh yeah, but like before, like if it had 1 HP, or no, yeah, exactly, no, before it healed 40% regardless. It didn't need to like touch anything.
Oh, it
So it was
didn't.
just like a heal button, and it levels up on top of that. Like
Wait.
different stuff.
But didn't you need to wait for the Hero Mini P.E.K.K.A to hit a troop or a tower or something?
No.
Oh, you could just activate it. But then
Yeah, yeah,
no, the levels are different though, because sometimes you will level up to level 16, sometimes to level 17, sometimes to
yeah,
level 18.
yeah. So the levels go up like the more like for every hit or whatever. So
Right,
I think
that's
it
what I
needs
meant.
3 hits, either 2 or 3 hits to go up one level. But it would heal like 40% regardless.
Okay, so it heals 40% of HP no matter what, but the
Yeah,
more it hits enemies before activating the ability, the more levels it goes up.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, and
And
the
I think the
only
maximum is like, I think it was 21 or something from
and
16
and
or
the
from
only
15.
and the only change now after the balance changes is that instead of healing 40%, it heals 30%. So and none of the other mechanics of like leveling up or hitting the enemies, none of that changed.
No.
Okay.
And I think
Interesting.
this is pretty noticeable as well, because I watched some replays and, well, it doesn't look as busted, but I still think it's like super strong just because it can heal.
Vagelzad is saying Mortar and the Hero Wizard are good win condition if you place them at the bridge. Maybe also Mini P.E.K.K.A as a shield. I'm not sure about the Hero Wizard because it is really new. They just released it. But I have seen Mortar play, well, Mao specifically. I have seen Mao play with Hero Mini P.E.K.K.A in Mortar bait. But he's the only
Yeah,
guy. But he's the only guy that I've seen do that. Nobody else I've seen use Hero Mini
it
P.E.K.K.A
was
in Mortar
actually
bait.
pretty common on top ladder for a while last season.
Yeah.
But people went back to night.
I think if anything, what this change does for Mortar Bait, the Hero Mini P.E.K.K.A nerf, is just it makes Giant Sparky less meta. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it. There's no other, because I don't think like even you that have used it, like would you use that deck again after this nerf? The
nah,
Hero Mini P.E.K.K.A
probably not. Like the only reason I used it was because I
for your
didn't have any
mini.
heroes on my
Yeah.
main. Yeah,
Oh,
so I
your
was like,
main,
well, I'll
right?
just
Not
use
your
the
mini. I
mini pack.
forgot
Yeah.
that. It's so funny because his mini is the one that actually had the cards he needed. His main did not have them. That's so stupid, man. Honestly, I still think that was a L choice to give one hero to each instead of getting both on your main. I'm the kind of guy that is like, I'd rather have one account that works really well, that has everything, rather than have two accounts that are kinda okay. Bella
I
Andrea.
mean, right now on my main, I'm playing the Skelly's Minions deck with Valkyrie instead of Knight. Because I feel like Valkyrie is the better non-hero option or whatever.
So apparently that Elliot guy that we didn't know who he was, it's on my chat right now. It's on my
Oh,
TikTok chat.
oh, I thought they were talking about me. Bro, what?
Yeah, because Elliot is also your name, right?
Yeah, bro. Damn, so there's 2 now.
That's kind of funny. All right, let's move on to the next one. This is also a change that really affects Mortar Bait, specifically my variant. It affects it more than anything else. The Hero Knight is getting a nerf. The Hero Knight is getting a minus 6% on its shield HP. So it goes from 819 hit points to 768. I genuinely don't think this change is big enough to change anything. Like
No,
literally
not at
anything.
all.
Because for example, the mini P.E.K.K.A before, it killed the shield in one shot. It still kills the shield in one shot. I mean, I assume, you know, when you have a Hero Knight on 1 HP and you activate the ability because it's on the opponent tower, and you know that it's gonna get you a
Yep.
couple more hits, would this be enough to give it one less hit?
Mm,
Like
I
how
haven't
many?
checked, but I
Can
would
you
guess so.
can you check? Maybe wait, I can check myself. How much damage does a Princess Tower deal? Wait, Tower Princess Clash Royale.
I could check in game. Hold up. Yeah, here. Oh, wait. Level 15. Oh, that's so annoying. Yeah, I can't
Level
check.
16. I can check. I can check. Damage level 16, 173. So 819 minus 768
Wait, we gotta check tournament standard though, because that's what it shows on the
on the balance
balance
changes.
change thing. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I see. So level
But I
11.
got you. I got you.
Level 11 then.
Yeah, it's
109.
yeah, 109. So 109. Yeah, I think that's one less hit.
68. Yeah, that's 51. So yeah, it's actually two less hits. Well, two less hits from the Princess Tower, which I think translates into one less hit from the Hero Knight onto the tower. So You know, it is an actual nerf. It's not like it's not gonna change anything. You're gonna get slightly less chip damage, but honestly, somebody that has been using the Hero Knight for the entire past month, those matches where you do get a Hero Knight on tower are few and far between. Usually when
Yeah,
you use the abilities mostly to retarget something, maybe off of your
yeah,
Musketeer, maybe off of your Skeletons, if you get a Skeleton on tower, that's still gonna be the same. The only thing I think this actually changes is like when you have a lone Hero Knight on tower and you activate the ability to get like 500 damage. So
yeah. And it's gonna tank less if you use the ability on defense or something, because like
Pers-
it's gonna pull stuff from both lanes, so it's gonna die a bit quicker.
personally,
But yeah, like
bro,
you said,
even as somebody that uses the Hero Knight, I think this is a good change. I don't think it was fair for me to get 500 damage on the opponent's tower just because there's a 1 HP knight and this knight
yeah,
happens to be a hero instead of a regular knight, you know? Like
yeah,
I
it's stupid. I feel like the concept is pretty stupid as well, like the taunt mechanic.
I get that the ability costs 2 elixir, so it's not like you're getting 500 damage without spending elixir.
Yeah,
But I think it was a little too much. This is a good nerf. The 6% shield HP is like low enough that it barely affects anything, but the parts that it affects are kind of necessary.
but I still think it's gonna be like maybe a bit too strong or too consistent, I should say.
I have this opinion for every hero where I'm like, no card should be strictly better than the other. Let me explain like this. Like even with evolutions, you still have to wait 2 cycles. You still have to cycle it twice before using it. A hero
Yeah,
knight is literally just a knight, but you also have the extra opportunity to activate the ability. There is no downside
yeah,
whatsoever. Doesn't seem like it's fair. But yeah, it's
yeah. Also,
capitalism,
if we compare
capitalism.
it to like champions, I feel like the hero abilities are way better than like the champions on like an average.
They do cost elixir instead of time, though.
No, 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 no. I mean, like champs and heroes, not evos and heroes.
Yeah, what I'm
So
saying
it's
is
the
like,
same. It's still elixir.
no, what I'm saying is like Evos, you just have to cycle the card. You don't have to spend elixir for the ability, you know. Like I don't have to spend elixir for my Evo mask to shoot on the other side of the tower. You know what I mean? Well, for the hero mask, you need to spend 3 elixir to activate the turret.
No, no, no. But I mean, compared to champs, like the monk and
Oh,
golden knight.
sorry. In my head, I was still
Yeah,
thinking evolutions
that's
and
what I meant.
heroes.
Because I
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
I feel like the hero abilities are on average way better
Yeah, no,
than the
honestly,
champion ones.
heroes and champions should just be the same card. Like the Golden Knight could have been the Hero Knight. You know what I mean? Instead of calling it the Golden Knight, they call it the Hero Knight. It's still the same ability as the Golden Knight. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't know.
there is no need for them to make 2 different categories of both champions and heroes when the game mechanic is the same of having the ability. You know?
Yeah, yeah, that's weird.
Because like then imagine a hero Golden Knight. Like what the fuck is that?
Oh, and the evil knight and the hero knight are like very similar.
Yeah, Evo
The
and
only
Hero
difference
also.
is like that the hero gets the weird taunt mechanic,
Mayor saying there
which
will
is like
be
way better than the Evo anyway.
Mayor saying there will be 2.6 hog cycle everywhere now. I don't know if we agree with that. But before we talk about what Terence is talking about, which is the crazy Golden Knight nerf, let's move on to the next one. Agree champions and heroes is too much, yeah. But let's move on to the next balance changes. The evolved skeleton army is also getting a nerf, and this is a nerf I am very grateful for. I think this was desperately needed.
Yes.
This was probably the most gimmicky card in the game right now. You know, like winning you entire games just because you get it stuck behind a troop. And the nerf is they changed the speed of the ghost skeletons. So after you kill a skeleton, it becomes a ghost skeleton, right? They changed the speed minus 33%. So before it was a speed of 90, now it's a speed of 60. That's probably gonna mean that they get stuck less. Like they not get stuck less. They separate less from the general of the
Yep.
skeleton army. Which, by the way, the name of the general is Jerry, which is my name. I think that's really funny. The Evo Skarmy general is me, bro. General Jerry.
That's good to know.
And they're also spawning the general 1 tile higher. So That's gonna mean that they're gonna start further apart, but since the ghosts are slower, you're gonna have less situations that you had before where you have all of the ghosts in front destroying your tower and you can't do anything about it because the general is still like far behind,
Yeah.
you know? That was a
Yeah, I
very
think it's a
very
good
needed
change.
balance change. I think this one was almost like I would have made it a emergency balance change if there weren't balance changes planned.
Yeah, I even explained the Evo to one of my friends who doesn't even play the game, and even she agreed that it sounds like stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, the gimmick where you block the general with, like, yeah, for example, the Musk turret, Monk ability,
Usually,
or whatever.
usually they do it with the Skeleton King whenever I'm playing against
Yeah, yeah, but
Evo's
usually the
army
Skelly
decks.
King, but there wasn't even more broken like way to do it with the
Yeah,
Musk turret
where
and
you got it stuck behind the tower. If I can get any
yeah,
footage
yeah,
of this, I'll try
exactly.
to edit it on the video. But there was this bug where you could just get a troop stuck behind the king tower. Sorry, the general. You could get it stuck behind the king tower, and then all of the skeletons are invincible. You just instantly, automatically win the game. And people made entire decks around that. You know, around that one single bug. She, who are you talking about? No, bro, Evo Skarmy is defendable. Just spell card or Evo Mega Knight. The problem is that it has a shield. If it was, if you could spell it down with a log, if you could spell it down, like, you need arrows, pretty much. Because those are the only ones
Yeah,
that hit
exactly.
multiple times. There are too many ways to kill Evo Skarmy. Even if you block it with Mask Turret, you can counter it with Goblin Curse. Fair. Actually, there is more than just arrows that hit multiple cards. There's like Void and Vines and stuff. The point though is like if you don't have any splash or like any spells that can
Yeah, see, here's the thing. You can
hit multi.
counter every card in the game, but when the concept is like the same as the Evo Skarmy, the game gets way too matchup dependent.
Right, it's the
Like, if
matchup
you don't have any
dependency.
spells and you face that, like, you're better off just playing next. Like, you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
just
yeah.
fireball or whatever, spell the king or
The
give up
matchup
and go
the
next.
matchup dependency is really the problem. It's the same thing when they released the Mother Witch, and
Yeah,
everyone had to start running Fireball. I think it's the same right now with
yeah,
Arrows. Arrows is a lot more popular than it used to be. In fact, we can
yeah.
look at the usage rate of the cards right now.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm gonna look at it. We're gonna do last 7 days. We're gonna check only Ultimate Champion, and we're gonna do usage rate.
Oh, even Goblin Curse was pretty good last
Okay.
season because of all the hyper bait and the giant Sparky decks.
Okay, okay,
The
wait a
giant
second,
Sparky
wait a
bait
second.
decks.
Goblin Curse is currently the 58th most used card in the game. Alright? Fireball is the 5th. Log is the 4th. Bar Barrel is the 2nd. And Arrows is the 7th. So if you look at the usage rate right now, the whole top row, except for like Hero Mini P.E.K.K.A. and and Evo Ghost, it's all
Yeah,
spells, bro. It's all spells and cycle cards.
yep.
Literally all
Yeah, it's
spells and
because of all
cycle
the
cards.
bait. Oh, and now Skarmy, or no, not Skarmy, Graveyard as well.
That's crazy though. Yo, what up, Celestial Drops? Welcome to the stream. Mao got hose. That's Terrence, by the way.
Of course, of course. Who else? Who else? Jesus, Terrence.
All right. Let's move on to what Vogelzad was talking about. The Golden Knight nerf. This is a
Yes.
big nerf. This is probably the biggest nerf so far for these balance changes.
Yeah, I
Minus
think it's really good.
sorry, plus 50% ability cooldown. So before it took 8 seconds for the ability of the Golden Knight to cool down so you could use it again. Now it takes 12 seconds, which is more in line with the other champions, you know?
Yep.
I think this was needed. I think this was even more needed than the Evo Skarmy buff, but specifically for my deck. Golden Knight completely counters Mortar Bait, or my version of Mortar Bait. At least every version of Mortar Bait that has a Goblin Gang, in my opinion.
Dude, even I struggle against it because,
And
like, I have Skillies and Knight. If I use my Knight, I'm like cooked.
yeah, you need the Knight, and usually they have these Golden Knights index with Ghost or Evo Ghost, stuff like that, you know?
Yep.
So the problem with me is not even just the ability, is the fact that they can use it multiple times. They can use an ability
Yeah.
on defense to fully counter my Skelly Barrel, wait for the Skelly Barrel to pop, kill all the skeletons with one ability, and then they can use it again on offense on the same push to kill my whole push. So I think this was the perfect way to actually nerf the Golden Knight, you know? And I think this
I
was
do think there's
desperately
another
needed.
issue with the card as well. Like with the ability, it's very, very random. Cause like I never know when it's like gonna get value or not, or like where it's going. I feel like that's a big issue with the card. Like I don't know how you fix that.
You know how it
Um,
worked before, right? Before they fixed the bug. Basically, there was
um,
a semicircle in front of the Golden Knight, so just going down, right?
yeah,
And it would only go down in the sense like it, it,
yeah, only forward
yeah,
basically.
all the troops that it could target needed to be um, further down than the other ones. In the sense that, like before, for example, I could counter the Golden Knight by surrounding it with a Goblin Gang because it will go up one, targeting the first Goblin, and then it will stop.
Yeah,
It couldn't go further down anymore because it already went up. But that was apparently a bug, and they fixed it, and now it can go all across the arena, which I'm not necessarily mad about. I think it was better for me when before they fixed the bug, but I understand how, from a gameplay perspective, from a game design perspective, it
yeah,
makes more sense that it's not limited by the direction. So that's why I think making the ability cooldown longer, that's the best way to fix it. Not by
yeah,
reintroducing the bug, just by fixing the mechanics.
yeah. It's a good start for sure. But like, I still feel like it's very annoying because like sometimes you play a card to make sure the Golden Knight goes to that card, but he doesn't. Like he goes to something else, and then he like gets to the tower somehow.
Also, there is I am Yuk in the Twitch chat saying, "Oh my
Oh,
God,
dude.
Mao, heart, heart, heart." I saw that he has the streamer role on the Discord, but then
Yeah, yeah, that's my
I went
friend.
to
That's my
check.
friend.
Yeah, I went to check and I couldn't see his pro. Like, is he a streamer actually? Because I don't know him. I
Yeah, yeah,
couldn't find his
yeah. He
account.
streams. He actually has a pretty nice series right now. So he's normally a lava player, but for the
Yes.
past 40 days, he's been learning bridge spam. Oh, it's pretty crazy actually. He's had a bunch of pro bridge spam players join the stream out of the blue for no reason. They
If
just come
you
by.
if you can, please send me a link to his stream on Discord or something, because I'd love to check it out. I tried to find it earlier, but I
Uh,
couldn't.
yeah, I think he can send it. Or no, I think he sent it in the Discord server. I made like a
Oh yes,
self-advertising
self-advertising. I see
channel.
it. I see it now. I see it now. But I still don't see from him, from IMU. Oh, never mind. Scrolled past enough. I see it.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. So he does multi-streaming.
Yeah, I think he just started because like at first I think it was only Twitch at first, but now he does like TikTok.
That's cool, man. That's cool. I love
And
the idea. I love the idea of the series of like learning bridge pen for 100 days straight.
yeah, yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice.
That
Like
sounds
we've been
fun.
helping him as well, and then for no reason, Tourist came by. He joined the stream, and he gave some advice, and then Simo Ben as well. I think you
Oh,
know that guy.
Simo, the
Yeah, yeah,
bridge pen
yeah,
player,
yeah,
bro. Simo Bien is like probably one of the best bridge pen players in Clash Royale history, dude.
yeah. Yeah, because Yuk was playing, I think, Simo's deck, and then Simo joined and called his deck trash. That's pretty funny.
I mean, the thing that makes it funny is the fact that Simo, like, I know this because of all the top 10 videos that I made of all the cards.
Yeah,
He's the most, like, he changes deck every single season. Like, even between the season,
yeah,
he tries 5 or 6. And it's not even like variants that other people play. Like, he makes homemade variants that only he plays. That's how he ended up on a lot of my lists. Because
yeah.
there would always be a random variant of a card that nobody plays, like a Mother Witch or whatever. And he would be, like, the only one that will still use it. Yo! We just got a crazy raid from Hunter CR.
Oh, really?
207 viewers.
Oh, dude.
207 viewer raid from Hunter CR on Twitch. Thank you so much,
Dude,
bro.
that's so nice. That's
Shout
so
out to
wholesome.
Hunter. Yo, everybody that just got here, we're currently going through the balance changes, analyzing them from a mortar based perspective. I know the Hunter plays Icebow, but this podcast is good for any Siege player to understand the implications of the balance changes. So thank you so much for Hunter, for the raid, and welcome to all of his viewers. Follow if you like it, and let me give him a shout out actually, even though
Yeah, welcome, guys.
he definitely doesn't need a shout out from my 3 viewers, but you know, it's always nice to
Dude,
give a
it's
shout out to
crazy.
people that make they give you a raid. And thank you for no
It's crazy because
FPS.
like every night. every night I just start a stream and then I go to sleep. It's so soothing. That's a crazy coincidence.
Yeah, Hunter is one of the only Clash Royale players that I still actively watch, like on
Yeah,
YouTube.
he's nice. He's really cool.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite pro players. Also, one of the pro players with the least amount of drama around him, which is always good.
Yeah, and he plays like I don't know how long he's played Ice Ball, but for a really long time, and he just refuses to switch. I think
I
that's really
love
cool.
that.
He's like
That's my
you.
favorite thing about it. In case you guys don't know, I'm also one trick, just like Hunter. I always play the same deck, just like he does with Icebow, and I have a huge respect for any one trick that never changes their deck, no matter what the meta is. So Hunter, definitely one of my favorite players in the community.
Yeah, he's the goat.
Let me see if I can
Yeah, that's
actually
really
give him that
fucking
shout
awesome.
out. Does that work? No, it doesn't work. All right, I don't know how to do shout outs. Never mind. Yo, what up, Logan? He's back. All right, let's move on to the next change here. We're gonna talk
Yeah,
about, or actually, you wanna talk a little more about the Golden Knight cooldown? I think honestly, there's not much to say about it. Just the fact that you cannot use the same ability twice with just the same Golden Knight, or at
yeah,
least
exactly.
you can only do that in a very limited amount of scenarios where the first one you used was on defense, and then the second one is like way later on offense. You know, that's already enough
Yeah,
of a nerf, in my opinion.
yeah, I think it's a good start. Like if he's still a problem, then we'll know. But like a 50% cooldown nerf, that's actually really big.
So let's actually talk about the next nerf. This is probably the nerf that affects you, Mao, the most.
Yes. Well, not really, surprisingly.
Yeah, well, I was talking about the Dart Goblin, the 3% damage
Yeah.
decrease. I've seen your notes that you wrote. It might seem small, but it changes a few core interactions. So after the nerf, you wrote it takes 3 shots instead of 2 to kill archers, the goblins from the suspicious bush, the firecracker, and the bomber. All 4 of those cards are gonna take 1 more Dart Goblin shot to kill after this.
Oh, also,
It's seemingly a very inconsequential nerf because it goes from 156 hit point to 151. That's 5 HP. How? Please tell us, Mao. How does 5 HP change this card so much?
well, it's not broken. It doesn't really, or it can't really carry itself anymore against like all the squishy units. Also, another thing I was gonna mention, I think it's 5 shots to kill a flying machine now, also instead of 4.
Okay, that's
And
another
I
change.
believe it should be the same for the Mother Witch as well. Before, I think the Dark Goblin actually fully countered the Mother Witch. I never really thought about it. I'm pretty sure it did, but I don't think it does anymore because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and also with the flying machine, every flying machine deck has arrows. So for
Yeah, yeah,
example,
yeah.
when I go Mortar first play
The
and they go
one
flying machine, I always go Dark Goblin to kill it, like
So that
regardless.
one extra shot you think might give the flying machine players enough time to react with the arrows and kill the Dark Goblin
Exactly,
before he kills it. I
exactly.
see. Yeah, so this might be the most consequential 5 HP nerf in Clash Royale history. Like it changes more into
It's three. It's three.
uh,
3%.
it's 3%, but it's 5
Yeah,
HP.
5 hit points. Yeah.
Yeah, so like just a minus 3% nerf is already changing more interactions than the minus 8% nerf from the Evo barrel.
But I do have to say the Dark Goblin was way too strong before. Like I said, it could carry itself just because of the damage. Like it was a glass cannon. For
So
example, they reworked it. I don't remember when exactly, but it was a couple months ago. They reduced the hit speed, or no, no. They nerfed the hit speed, but gave it more damage.
mhm,
But like it already shot so quick, right?
yeah.
So now, after the rework, or not now, well back then, after the rework, the only like interaction that got worse is like against yeah, for example, skeleton army, maybe graveyard, a couple skellies get hits and all that. But against every other card, like with the damage boost, so for example, the archers, all the squishies we mentioned, way better. Because you're not gonna face like graveyard every game. But
Mhm.
like let's say like 8 squishies, there's like a 50% you'll see those every time you queue.
What are we
So the
looking
damage,
at? Wait, sorry. Let me answer a couple more things. First of all, thank you, Emim Santo, for the follow as well. And also, Feet, what are we looking at? This is a meta map. So, in this map that you're seeing right here, you can see the 30 most popular decks of last season in Ultimate Champion. This is related to the meta map that we are currently, sorry, to the balance changes that we're currently analyzing with Mao. So you can see, for example, this hero mini P.E.K.K.A nerf is gonna affect the whole giant category there, a little bit of the golem decks as well. These are all gonna be affected. The Dart Goblin, I think that's only gonna affect Mortar Bait and Hyper Bait as well.
And Hyperbait,
Yeah,
luckily.
yeah, yeah. Hyper Bait and Mortar Bait are both affected. So here we analyze things from a Mortar Bait perspective. We're not really happy about the Dart Gob nerf, but also I'm happy if Hyper Bait gets slightly pulled back a little. I feel like it's a little too strong. So
Yeah,
I'm
this
not
nerf.
I'm not sad about the Dart Gob nerf, but the version of Mortar Bait that I use uses Musketeer instead of Dart Gob. So I think your opinion is more important for this one, Mao.
Yeah, I think it's a valid nerf, like obviously. And like I said in the text as well, it's still gonna be good. It's just not like overtuned. And yeah, also like I said, it can't really carry itself anymore. Like you don't have to protect it as often. Or no, you have to protect it more now because it doesn't really have the same glass cannon thingies.
There is no
I
breach
was
spam.
also gonna mention
Wait. There is no Breach
uh,
Spam in this list without P.E.K.K.A and Three Musketeers. These are only the 30 most popular decks in the game. So the fact that there is any Breach Spam means that Breach Spam is really viable. You know? Like you're not gonna see 10 Breach Spam decks when you have only 30 decks for the whole game, you know? What in the unemployment shit is this? This is what a passion is. I don't know if you ever had a passion for something where you do it in your free time. But yeah, it's nice to have a passion. It makes life worth living. So you have anything else to say about the Dark Goblin? I feel like I interrupted you. Otherwise, we can move on to the mini P.E.K.K.A nerf. Not the hero mini
it's
P.E.K.K.A,
fine.
the regular
I'm
one.
gonna mention that there is still a Mortar Bait deck that uses Dark Goblin since it's still good, and it's the Minion Skellies one with Hero Knight. It's still really good,
Right.
even after Skelly Barrel nerf, the Knight nerf, the Dark Goblin nerf, and was there one more?
I think I
No, that
think
was it. That was it.
I think that is on the meta map as well in the Mortar category. Yeah, you can see it. The one with the Hero Knight. Because if you see these two variants of Mortar Bait, if you guys look at the Mortar category of the meta map, you have the deck with both Hero Musketeer and Hero Knight that everybody is using, but also you have the Dart Goblin variant, which only uses the Hero Knight, no Hero Musketeer.
Yep.
That one is still affected because both the Hero Musketeer and the Dart Goblin, they both got nerfed these balance changes. But I think it's it's gonna be more popular after the balance changes, right? The Dark Gob variant. Like before,
Yeah, absolutely.
before Hero Mask was the very popular one. I feel after the balance changes, the Dark Gob variant will be the really popular one for sure.
Yeah, I think even Jors went back to using
Yes.
Dark Goblin now after
Yeah,
the Muskie nerf
I
or
saw his
Hero
last
Musk nerf.
video. If you guys are Mortar Bait players, I highly suggest you to go watch George's CR on YouTube. He's currently the best Mortar Bait player in the game. He got 7th in the world finish last season with this variant, with the Mask variant. But now his latest video that he posted this season, he's using the Dart Gob. So I think that's a good indicator of where the Mortar Bait meta is going. You know? Let's move on to the next one though. So the mini P.E.K.K.A as well, not just the hero mini P.E.K.K.A, but also the mini P.E.K.K.A as well is getting a minus 3 HP nerf. So this counts both for the mini P.E.K.K.A and the hero one, while before, of course, the change only affected the hero one because it was about the ability. This one affects both. It goes minus 3% HP, which means it goes from 1,433 hit points to 1,390. This is once again a very, very small change. I'm not sure, let me look at our notes. I'm not sure if it changes any of the interactions.
I didn't write anything down about this.
Yeah, the next one you wrote about was the Little Prince, I think. About the
I do
interaction.
think it's good though, or maybe not. Like, I don't really care for the mini P.E.K.K.A. I don't really struggle against it, but I've seen a lot of complaints about it, like on Twitter, on Reddit, and in some Discord servers as well. Like, it has too much HP. So I don't know. I have no opinion about it. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad.
I think it is gonna change the giant meta that we're seeing. Like if you look at the meta map, this whole category at the top of both golem decks and giant decks and Three Musketeers. Let's not forget about that one Three Musketeer deck that has no other win condition. The one we just Golden Knight and Ghost and Mini P.E.K.K.A. All of those are gonna, are gonna be nerfed by this interaction. I don't think it's gonna change a lot about the Golem decks or the 3M decks. Maybe people are gonna use other mini tanks. I do think it's gonna change a lot for the giant players. Because going hero giant, hero mini P.E.K.K.A. at the bridge, that's basically how all the giant players were winning last season.
It's so disgusting,
Like
dude. That should not work.
literally just start of the game. I don't know if this happened to you guys. This happened a lot to me last season. Giant mini P.E.K.K.A. at the bridge. First play, they don't even wait to see what you have. It's basically just a gamble. Like, does my opponent have the cards to defend this, or do I win? You know? But I don't think 3% HP nerf is gonna be enough to fix that. Especially
The
because...
HP nerf will also affect the hero heal ability as well, slightly, very slightly, since
I
it
guess
reduces
it's
the
like
HP.
it's like 30% of an already 3% nerf.
Yeah, it's not big, but I mean, I guess it's something.
That's
I guess it's something.
how we were saying that the 3% damage nerf for the Dark Goblin is probably the most consequential 3% damage nerf. This is probably one of the least consequential damage nerfs for the mini P.E.K.K.A. But yeah, let me see the comments here. If anyone is saying this is pretty cool, thank you Anime XZD, and thank you for the follow as well. Appreciate it. And hey, how to deal with the error match failed in Mega Draft? I'm not sure. I wasn't really playing the ladder there. Like I just got into the competitive part of Mega Draft League, and then I stopped playing. But I would assume it's just that there's not enough players. If anyone knows a fix, please let Kazarmi know. Bro, chill, I'm following high school. I hate the Mortar bait. Mini P.E.K.K.A. just counter it with kiting. Is the meta map the entire Ultimate Champion or choosing rating in Ultimate Champion? The meta map covers all of Ultimate Champion. So even if there is people at 0 medals or something, that is part of the statistics here. So these decks that you are seeing are the most popular. That just means that they're used the most. They don't have the highest win rate. They don't have whatever else. But that's why I pick Ultimate Champion, because all of these are very viable, very competitive decks.
Oh yeah, speaking about that, should I like go do some research for like the next podcast for like maybe top 200 or top 100 or something? So we have like a picture of both the mid ladder and then like top ladder metas.
So you're saying for the next Mortar Bait podcast, if we could have not just a meta map of all of Ultimate Champion, but also like a top 1K meta map.
Yeah, exactly. Just to see if like there's a bigger difference.
I can do
like,
that.
Other variants.
I can, as somebody that has made a bunch of meta maps, I can tell you the difference will be like maybe 3 or 4 decks, maybe 5.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we could just use one map then, and then like add the.
Yeah, we can.
I mean,
I can
like,
make 2 maps and just. We can make 2 maps and just swap them around. Like it wouldn't take me much longer to make the top 1K map after I already make the Ultimate Champion map. But yeah, also I'm trying to show you guys here the bottom of the map. There's like Lava Loon and Drill. They were a little covered before. So should we move on to the next one? The next balance change. Alright, let's talk about the next one.
Yes.
The next one is the Boss Bandit rework. This is not a nerf, this is not a buff, this is a full-on rework. And everyone is always complaining about the Boss Bandit, so you guys better be happy about this. This Boss Bandit rework will be an overall nerf, okay? So there are some parts that are getting better, but overall the Boss Bandit is getting nerfed. So your prayers are being answered. All the Boss Bandit haters. The goal with this change, after this change, Boss Bandit will no longer one-shot Dart Goblin, Princess, and Guard's shields. That's huge. That's actually huge.
It does.
No. It means with the attack, not with the dash.
No, I'm stupid.
The dash is still double attack. It means with just the regular attack.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the Dark Goblin survives with, what is it? 16 HP. And the Princess, because I think
the point is like it can still dash onto the Dark Goblin and one-shot it.
Yeah.
But after the dash, it cannot just insta-kill it in one shot. The goal with this change...
I clicked the info in game and it shows the level 16 stats, like regardless. So I just got mindfucked.
They're saying the goal with this change is to make her ability more situational by reducing her dash damage. She will be better versus warm cards like Goblin Gang because of her faster hit speed, however. Okay, that sucks. That feels more like a buff against my deck.
Yeah, exactly. That's a bad change.
Yeah, because they're making the hit speed plus 9%. Wait, why is it written twice? Hit speed plus 9%? I
Yeah,
don't.
what? Oh, it's. Oh, wait, what?
It's saying 1 and 1.2 hits per second to 1 and 1.1 hits per second. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it. That's very confusing. So which one is it?
Please do research for the best win condition for Mortar. It's Scally Barrel. There is no research to be made. Skeleton Barrel is the best win, or Miner, I guess. Yeah, Skelly Barrel and Miner for sure. I'm more. We're here. We are on the Skelly Barrel side. We like Mortar bait specifically, not Mortar spell cycle. Probably the evil Skelly Barrel nerf changed the minions interaction. It did. It did.
Yeah,
We already talked about this earlier, but it did change the minions interaction. Maybe dash speed and just hit speed. I see. Yeah. I think you're right. So the hit speed went from 0.833 hits per second to 0.909 hits per second. It seems like it would actually change against worms. It makes it a lot better against worms. The damage itself is from 268 to 245, and that is doubled, by the way, for the dash, because the dash is just double the damage, the normal damage.
yeah.
So a 9% damage decrease for normal hits means a minus 18 damage decrease for the dash. Yeah, if
I
you can.
do feel like she could use a small HP nerf though as well. I feel like she's hella tanky.
Yeah, also because
Once
they're.
again, maybe 3%, maybe 3%, just like the mini
But
P.E.K.K.A.
also because if you see, since the damage is minus 9, but the hit speed is plus 9, the DPS is the same. It still deals the
Yeah,
same exact amount of damage, but it's less good against single targets and better against worms. I genuinely think this is not even a nerf. They're saying this boss bandit rework will be an overall nerf. I disagree. I think it's an overall buff because boss bandit was already really good against single target cards. Making it less good against those is not gonna change much. Like, yeah, it's gonna take one more hit to kill the Dark Goblin. Guess what? That hit is coming earlier because the hit speed is faster. So I think before the boss bandit wasn't broken, after this rework it might. I don't think this is the first balance change of these ones, of these balance changes that we're analyzing today. This is the first one that I disagree with. I think all the other changes were either necessary or understandable, at least. I think this one is a mistake. I don't think they should have done this one. First one I
yeah.
disagree with.
This is like the
Hot take.
opposite of the Dark Goblin rework, where it gets a faster hit speed instead,
Yeah.
and slightly less damage, of course, per hit. But the DPS stays the same, of course. So yeah,
Anim
I don't know.
saying
We'll see what happens. I
Anim
don't like facing it though.
Anim asking, but is Boss Bandit even played in most decks? We can actually check the usage rate right now, and we can see that Boss Bandit is currently, at least in Ultimate Champion, not very.
2%, 3%.
121 out of how many? Out of 170 cards. Come on. Boss Bandit is not broken. I think this is proof enough of it. This is in Ultimate Champion, by the way. If we go to the top 1000, wait, let me go to the top 1000 real quick.
It's got to be a 3% use rate or something like that.
Dude, it's 96. It's almost not even top 100 most used cards. I think all the people complaining about Boss Bandit are just like in mid ladder and they don't know how to defend it. Because the pro players, this is the top 1k by the way. The pro players are definitely not thinking of the Boss Bandit as a bad card. As a good card, as a broken card. Sorry, it's not a bad card either. It's not like fucking Rune Giant or Barbarian Hut, but
No, it's not dog shit.
no,
But
but
yeah, like we said earlier, I feel like it's just not versatile enough.
but
Like
it's
it's very
also
niche.
yeah, but it's also not nowhere close like other heroes or champions. You know, like
Yeah,
all the heroes are above it. As far as the champions go, Golden Knight is above it. Who else? There has to be other champions above it. Yeah, the SK is above it. Like, he's not even top 3 most used champions, man. The Queen is above it. Yeah, no, Boss Bandit is definitely not broken. He's right next to
Oh
Mighty
yeah,
Mine.
speaking of the queen,
Yeah, no, I don't
And
think he
speaking of
needed.
the queen, have you seen that Piggy's Earthquake is making a comeback?
Dude, not just Piggy's Earthquake, Piggy's Lightning now with the Goblin Hut. That archetype is, I think, even worse than Piggy's EQ for my deck. Straight up. Someone made a chart.
For me, it's actually really, really good.
Wait, Phil is saying somebody made a chart with Boss Bandit. Yeah, I can't open that link. Man, I hate that everybody's still using Twitter despite the fact that it's fucking taken over by Nazis.
Oh,
So
is it
for,
on Twitch?
it's on Twitter. Oh, you mean the link? Yes, the link. Oh, but it says this page doesn't exist. So yeah, I can't open that chart, but apparently somebody did make a Boss Bandit chart, whatever that means. Like and
Yeah,
sub for more
I can check.
podcasts. Yes, sir.
Oh, I found it. I found it.
What is it? Can you send
I'll
it on
send you
Discord?
the screenshot in
Yeah, thanks.
DMs. Yeah,
Thanks. I appreciate that. You're like my X
perfect.
Explorer, my Twitter Explorer. You go in there so that I don't have to. Oh, I
Yeah, I'm the
see.
slave.
It's like a tier list. Yeah, I don't think we need to analyze this. I mean, should I pull it on stream?
I mean, I feel like it's
I think this is like
yeah, like
this is a personal opinion. I don't think this is very agreeable. Like it's saying better after
yeah, I feel like
balance.
it's just like you said. It's better against swarm because you see all the swarms either in the middle or up high,
But this
and like the
specifically
tanky.
this is specifically about the boss bandit, right? Let me pull it up. Fuck it. Let me pull it up
Yeah.
on the stream. I'll just have to like actually save the image. All right. As long as we're still talking about the boss bandit, I guess it makes sense to pull up this chart. Thank you, Phil, by the way, for linking it.
Oh, there is a. It's from a guy on Reddit, maybe, or maybe while I'm reading it. I can send you the user, maybe.
No, it's fine. I just
Oh,
put it on the stream so people can see it. So this chart is
oh,
about the
perfect.
boss bandit rework, guys. Just so you know. Let me pull it on the YouTube and TikTok as well. Even though most people today are on Twitch, which I love. I really like when people are on Twitch instead of YouTube or TikTok. Like if I could choose, I would want most of my viewers to be on Twitch. And
I checked out the Reddit post, and someone said, "How did Boss Bandit get worse against Boss Bandit?" That's a good question. Hold up, let me check here.
worse after balance changes against
Yeah,
boss, but this is what I mean. Like this seems very this is very anecdotal. I don't think this is like based on any
yeah.
kind of research. Yeah, what up, Lumax? We're currently analyzing the balance changes today from a mortar bait perspective. Me and Mao want to turn this into a monthly podcast where we maybe have guests, like different pro mortar bait players every month, and we analyze what the balance changes mean for mortar bait, for the meta as a whole. And I am specifically going to play the role of the guy talking about this deck, like my deck with Musketeer, to say what it means for my deck specifically.
Oh, I'm gonna mention because I read the comments here. So apparently she needs one more shot to break the guard shields. So for some mortar bait decks, that's actually really good because the
But
guards are
wait.
better against
Did
her.
you find the reasoning behind like how the boss bandit 1v1 is worse after the balance changes? Because that doesn't make any sense.
Someone said technically should be same if both dash at the same time in a 1v1. But
Yeah,
if
that's what
dash
I'm saying.
damage doesn't cancel out, she would be weaker. I mean, comparing pre-balance to a post-balance one. But again, the comparison doesn't really make sense, I guess.
I guess. I don't know if this reasoning makes a lot of sense. Whatever. Let's get rid of this. If you guys want to screenshot it now. Because I'm about to get rid of it.
But yeah, she's worse against guards now. So the guards murder bait decks, they're in a way better spot against her, I guess. But she doesn't really have a high use rate, so you're not gonna see her too often anyway. Could change though. Who knows?
All right, let's move on to the next one. We've talked enough about the boss bandit. This is my least favorite change so far. Let's talk about the furnace buff. So
Ew.
before they wanted to give it a plus 13 hit speed buff. Plus 13%, that's way too much. The final balance change did not end up doing that. It was just a plus 6 instead. So they halved the buff. They wanted to make this buff double what it actually is. So I'm really happy that it's only this, because I think the furnace is already strong enough. And this actually,
Yes.
this change applies both to the furnace and to the Evo furnace. So Evo furnace, I personally think it's kind of a broken card. Honestly, I always
Yes.
fireball log it every time I see it, even if it's a -2 trade. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I hate the concept too. Just like I miss playing Cannoneer because like oh, you actually counter the furnace with it. But like now that I'm using Princess Tower, it's so annoying to deal with. Like I guess the walking speed nerf slash buff, whatever you want to call it, is good because I mean I think it spawns one less spirit before crossing the bridge. So
Honestly,
that's one less spirit you have to respond to. But yeah, I just think it's a very annoying card. I
Uh,
don't
hon-
like the spirits.
honestly, the main problem I have with it, even if you're against like a 1 HP furnace or something, the spirit can tank for it long enough that it gives it so much value. Like
Yeah,
so
exactly.
much value, man.
But the non-evil furnace is luckily very dog shit. It's good at being annoying, but it doesn't do much. But the evil, on the other hand, is like very strong.
Now, Mayor is saying that the princess won't die to the single dash by the boss man. It is not true. It won't die to a regular attack. It will still die to a dash. Just saying, Mayor. I think you misunderstood that one. But yeah, I don't even know why they would buff Furnace, man. Like, I feel like if anything in here a nerf, and instead they're buffing it. Like, we're gonna see Furnace everywhere next season. I'm thinking we might even see a resurgence of the Witch Hut
Yeah,
Yard.
it's already everywhere. Like, you know the giant skelly graveyard curse furnace deck?
Yes, that's gonna be
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah, yeah. It's already everywhere. I've faced it so many times.
That's gonna be everywhere, man. Absolutely. The nerf should have been on the Rage, not on the Shield. Health. Prob no one actually cares about merge tactics. Fuck you, Kangman. Who cares? The 10th Rage should have been nerfed, not the health. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Buff scar me, balance change looking reasonable this season. I agree. Only one of the balance. Well, two, I guess, because I also disagree with the furnace buff. But most of them I agree with. Can you just play, bro? No, today's stream is not about gameplay. Today's stream is about the balance changes and analyzing them from a Mortar bait perspective. Yes, they did nerf the hero mask ability. We talked about it earlier. I'm gonna try to edit a video and post this on YouTube later, where everything is like a lot better edited together. Yes, the Evo barrel nerf does change the interaction with minions. I'm reading all the TikTok comments because I was not,
Yeah,
I was not reading them before. Where is MK Prince Wall Breakers? Actually, MK Wall Breakers is still meta, but it's not top 30 anymore. That's why it's not in the meta map. In fact, let me switch to the meta map right now, so you guys can look at it while I keep reading the comments, you know, and catching up with everything. Let me like zoom this down so you guys can see everything. There we go. And what else are people saying on TikTok? What up, Pino? What's good, Sweeney? Great Friday to everyone in the chat. Hope you guys are enjoying your Friday. I surely am. This is great fun for me, actually. We should do this more often, Mo, by
this
the
is
way.
awesome. This
Yeah,
is
no,
actually really
I
awesome.
think we should do this more often, Mo. I think once a month is really nice to analyze the balance
Yeah,
changes
yeah.
together. And next time, let's
And
get
we could
like
probably ask all the pros.
yeah, next time let's get like either Cosmic or Alderazi or Trig on the call with us. That would be great. Yes, I am live on Twitch and YouTube as well as TikTok. Low-key wish they would have reworked Furnace as a tower and created a new spawner troop. Parker, thank you. I've been saying this shit since I saw the Furnace rework. It would have made way more sense as a tower troop. But they just completely abandoned the tower troop idea. They've already moved on. So we're probably only gonna have Cannoneer, Duchess, Chef, and the Tower Princess forever. Those are the only tower troops we're ever gonna have. The dash killing princess is fair. Yeah, no, nobody's arguing against that. Does graveyard get countered by poison? Kinda. If a skeleton spawns on the tower, it still manages to get one hit before dying, so it doesn't get fully countered.
I don't know the exact damage, but I'm guessing it's at least 400 damage, even if you play poison.
Mm-hmm. I know you haven't gotten there yet, but when you do you think Little Prince will be more viable in your deck now, like it was back in the day? See, this is the exact question that Alderazi would have been the perfect person to answer, because he is the
Yeah,
Mortar bait Little Prince guy.
yeah.
No, no,
I have a question like that.
don't
I'm gonna answer later.
don't worry, Proven Ranger. We have not gotten to Little Prince yet. We're doing all of these balance changes one by one. But yeah, let's move on to the second one, unless you want to say more about the furnace.
No.
All right.
I hope they nerf it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I hope every fucking Furnace player decides to put their life back together so that eventually
Well,
they stop playing Furnace.
actually, I do prefer seeing Furnace over Evil Witch. So
Mm,
I guess that's good.
that's
That's the only
fair.
positive thing.
On one side, that's fair. On the other side, Witch Hut Yard uses both Evil Witch and Evil Furnace. And I am not looking forward to playing against that. And I think that's going to be very, very popular next season.
Dude, it's good for me because I actually have matchup against that. Nice.
And also, I agree with Mayor here in the chat saying RG is sneaking out every balance change. RG fucking deserves it, man. Like I was saying before, everyone is complaining about Boss Bandit, everyone is complaining about Mega Knight, everyone is complaining about this or that. If you look at the actual pro players, if you look at the Clash Royale League, RG Cycle is the most popular deck amongst pro players that pro players can't counter, you know?
Yeah, he is definitely like the most deserving of an HP nerf at the least, at the very least.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he always gets an extra, like even extra 2 shots on 1 HP. It's very weird.
Yeah.
I also feel like the knockback of the Evo is like maybe a bit too strong.
Yeah.
But,
I mean,
but yeah,
it depends on the
personally,
deck.
I
It's
would
really strong
totally
against
nerf
my
the
deck.
HP.
I think it's really strong against us, but like if you're using a P.E.K.K.A. or something, that doesn't affect you. Well, the mini P.E.K.K.A. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think the knockback should not be as strong. That's actually a really good way to nerf the Evo RG, now that I think about it.
Yeah, because it like negates some of the troops that counter it, and I feel like I don't think that's a good concept to like for an Evo. Like for example, back in the day when every squishy would get an Evo, so let's say the bomber and the firecracker, they had extra HP, they would survive arrows. So that just negated some counterplay, and I don't think that's good.
By
So
the
for
way,
example, with the RG, the Evo like counter or it doesn't get countered as hard by the mini P.E.K.K.A.
by the way,
So I don't know. I just think it's weird.
somebody on TikTok is saying if these are the best decks with a win con or what, and no, these are just the most popular decks in general in the game. So it doesn't matter if they have a win condition or not. In fact, you can see one of the Three Musketeers decks, the one that is only in the Three Musketeer area. That's technically without a win condition, unless you count the Three Musketeers as a win condition. So there is no the
Gotta
only
mention though that this was last season, like the last season's best decks.
yes
It's
this
slightly
is
different now.
this is from last season. This is before the balance changes. That's also why we're looking at it to see like how the meta is gonna change after this balance change. Like this whole giant area that you see on the top left here, that's gonna be heavily affected. I think the only deck that might survive is the Jinxie deck because it's
Yeah,
popular despite of that. But most of these other
I've
decks,
also seen
like Giant
Giant
Sparky,
Mini P.E.K.K.A.
Giant Sparky double minions, that's not surviving next season just because of a 3% HP buff from the mini P.E.K.K.A. Like the meta is very like it changes very easily. Also, I am you. Thank you so much for the subscription, and Proven Ranger. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. You guys have
Dude,
just started a treasure train on Twitch. Participants save 35% on 5 or more gift subs. Oh wow. Thank you so much for the support, guys. I really appreciate it. This
oh yeah, I was
definitely
gonna say
makes me want to do more podcasts like this.
another giant deck that's still like pretty good is the Dark Prince Mini P.E.K.K.A. one. So normally that's the double Prince deck, but it's using a hero Mini P.E.K.K.A. now instead to abuse the double heroes instead of just only having one.
Yeah,
And that's also the deck that finished number 2 last season.
I think the hero mini P.E.K.K.A buff is definitely gonna make decks like that switch back to double prints. Also, Proven Ranger saying I use Furnace for War and it's just a free win like 80% of the time because most war decks aren't well built enough to counter it. Yes, but at the same time, I do not think we should be looking at clan wars to decide the balance changes.
No.
I think we should look at the top 1K Ultimate Champion to decide the balance
And
changes.
CRL.
All right, let's move on to the next one. I think we've been stuck on the furnace for long enough. The next
Yeah, I don't want to see it anymore.
the next buff is actually a Ram Rider buff, which I agree with. I agree with this Ram hit speed plus 6%. So it's not the snare itself that is getting the buff. It's the hit speed of the Ram itself. So this only happens after the Ram has already hit the building or the tower or whatever it is. That's, I think, a really good buff because then it doesn't affect how easy it is to break through. It just affects how much you get rewarded after your card actually breaks through. So it goes from 1.8 hits per second to 1.7. I think that's perfect. I no notes for me. Really good change. Should make Ram Rider more viable. Maybe this will affect the Hog Rider decks. And before I let you talk, Mao, let me switch back to the meta map here just to show people there is no Ram Rider deck in the top 30. I think this was a good change. If anyone has anything else to say about it, please do.
Yeah, I've seen people on Twitter asking for a Ram Rider nerf for a while. There is this guy, I
Buff,
forgot
you
his
mean?
name. It's like Intuition or something. He's a Mega Knight player, I think. And he's been asking for a Ram Rider buff for a long time.
Yeah, buff.
And the thing is,
Because you said nerf.
yeah, buff.
Because you said nerf
Yeah,
before.
I
I
mean,
was
I
like,
mean a buff. I mean a
yeah.
buff. However, it's been really bad ever since the dash range got a nerf or whatever. I think over a year ago now.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
remember how it like started dashing instantly?
yes, I remember that. But look, since the meta map is slightly outdated because of last season, I am now scrolling through the one you're seeing in the screen right now, chat. This is the current top 30 decks in Ultimate Champion. So this is from all the games from the past week. And as I scroll, you can notice no Ram Rider decks whatsoever. I think that was needed. I think it's a good idea to give Ram Rider a little bit of a buff. See, there's fucking P.E.K.K.A Bridge Spam before any Ram Rider deck. I think that's proof enough that Ram Rider needed some love. Look, there's Mortar before. So in the whole top 30, no Ram Rider at all. We're at a 3k usage rate. If I include Ram Rider, let's see how low it goes. Remember, the 30th most popular deck has a 3k usage rate. Look, the most popular Ram Rider deck is at 673, not even 1000 usage rate. Crazy. So yeah, I'd say definitely Ram Rider needed a buff. Oh, and it's the Londex deck. Londex plays. Do you know this deck?
Oh, yeah, the triple spell LP Knight P.E.K.K.A deck.
Yeah, unevolved P.E.K.K.A. Back before when I was making the list, this was the only deck that used P.E.K.K.A without using the P.E.K.K.A evolution. So these are really good
Yeah, I've
decks.
seen him in videos. He seems pretty cool. Sometimes toxic, but
Also
he's a one
Exiram.
trick, so it's fine.
Yeah, also Londex and Exiram. Exiram is definitely gonna come back. I don't know if you're looking at the stream now, but it's the deck with the boss
I know the
bandit.
deck.
Yeah, it's the deck with the boss bandit, the executioner. Sometimes people run it with lightning, and sometimes they run it with vines. But it's otherwise
Yeah,
the
Vines
same
is
deck.
so much better. That makes the matchup doable.
Yeah,
Because
for
I feel like when
Mortar
they have
bait,
lightning, it's so difficult.
for Mortar bait, absolutely. The lightning variant is a counter. The vines variant is a good matchup. I've never seen like this much of a change for one card. You know.
Or for me, I think with lightning it's still doable, but I have to play way more aggressive.
Also, Monster,
Which
thank you for the follow, by the way. Sorry for interrupting, Mal.
it's fine. Yeah, which in comparison to the vines is yeah, I can't play as defensive. My defensive mortars are useless because yeah, blah blah blah. He's gonna lightning. But if they have vines, defensive mortars are just broken. They can't really break through. I feel like the only way you lose when they have vines as if like the boss bandit gets to your tower, or maybe an Evo XE connection or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Remember when
lightning
people
makes it
used to
really
use
difficult.
Remember when people used to use Ram Lightning Firecracker after he got that huge buff? I was actually thinking
Yes.
of the Issei deck, you know, P.E.K.K.A. Lightning with Ram Rider, Snowball,
Yeah.
Baby Dragon. That's to me the CRL Ram Rider deck. Like if I'm
I
thinking about
was
actual esports, that's the Ram Rider deck for me.
I was going through old decks a couple days ago, and I found this Ram Firecracker Lightning Goblin Machine deck. So Evo Firecracker. I don't know if you remember that, but that was when the Goblin Machine was like at its peak and everyone was running it.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a Ram Cycle deck with Goblin Machine and Lightning. Very interesting.
All right, let's.
I don't want to see that again though.
No, me either. Let's go to the next buff. It's a giant skeleton buff. Uh,
I love
they
this. I love Giant Skelly.
they wanted to change the death damage, so they wanted to give it more damage for the bomb, but instead, last second they switch it to a hit speed change instead. I think that's a good choice. I think the death bomb already deals enough damage. I think it's the hit speed that's mostly keeping the giant skeleton back right now. And this is like a plus 8%. So it's not huge, but I think this is good enough to see some changes. Definitely gonna give the giant skeleton more connections to the tower, because you know it's gonna, let for example, go through a goblin gang faster, and then it can get to the tower. So definitely gonna require more of a response after this. I agree with this change. I think it's a good
And
change.
he already deals like a lot of damage from just one hit. So that's
Yeah,
like a very big DPS increase.
yeah, this is changing the hit speed. So it's already like, it's killing the goblins in one hit. I'm not misremembering this,
Yeah,
right? Since the last buff. But yeah, this means that it's gonna get through a goblin game that much quicker. I don't have any problems with this because Mortar Bait doesn't struggle too much against Giant Skeleton. But I do think he needed this buff. In fact, like I can go check
I
right
do.
now what the usage rate
I do
is
gotta mention it
for the
because
most popular Giant Skeleton deck.
I was talking about making a video yesterday on the server, and I
Mhm.
made it. And in one of the games, I actually took a giant Skelly bomb because I underestimated his DPS. Like he killed my knight instantly, and I mean, I
Mao,
probably could have played it a bit better, but yeah, the giant Skelly is pretty scary,
Mao,
man.
I don't think you're ready for this. Do you know what the most popular deck in Ultimate Champion is right now?
Wait, let me guess. Let me guess. It's gotta be the curse graveyard deck.
How does everyone? I've never seen this deck before. How does everyone know this? Like I thought Hog this deck is more popular than Hog 2.6. This is fucking insane. I've never seen this deck before. How is it more popular than Hog 2? Like did it come out of nowhere?
It was a thing back, yeah, back when the Furnace August season when it was released. That was like the first time it came around, and
Since
then I
since
think there was a
when?
witch version as well.
What the hell, bro?
Um,
And Furnace is getting a buff. So this deck is gonna be fucking like both Furnace and
yeah, yeah,
Skelly King. Sorry, Giant Skeleton. They're both getting a buff. This deck is gonna be literally everywhere next season. Chat, if you're here to like know about the balance changes so that you know what to do next season, this is the deck. This has to be it. It's already the most popular deck in the game. It has a 52% win rate in fucking Ultimate Champion. It's and two of its main cards are getting buffed. This is definitely gonna be the deck for next season. That's crazy. But how does this work? Like, it doesn't have a big spell. It only has Noble and Curse.
mm, uh, I don't know. I just know it's a good matchup. Like even for you, I think you're gonna beat this like 100 times out of 100.
Yeah, it's a good matchup for Mortar because I struggle against Furnace.
Yeah.
I really hate Furnace.
No, here's the thing. They don't really have any nice like mortar counters. Like they can't really kill the evil mortar or the normal mortar. And on top of that, especially for you, you have the muskie.
Oh,
It's tanky,
also,
unkillable. So if you muskie stack, they can't do anything.
also Keegan is right. The changes are already out. So this deck is already
Yeah,
super
yeah,
strong. There is no
yeah,
waiting for the balance changes. Like this deck is already really strong. I understand why it's the
yeah.
most
I've
popular
seen
deck
it
in the
so
game.
many times.
Yeah, I haven't played this yet. It really says how low I am on ranked right now.
I
Seeing,
think once you climb a little bit, you're gonna see it like everywhere.
yeah, seeing a lot of Evo Furnace graveyard decks last couple of days, including some just pure super fast cycle ones. Yeah, this might be the next variant of Hot Yard. I see this. Well, I'm not
What
happy about that, but I guess the giant skeleton buff actually did help it get best, like, into the most popular deck in Ultimate Champion right now.
It's crazy to see it be that popular though. Like when was the last time Giant Skilly was like in the number one deck?
Keegan is saying, I promise I used it, was broken. You take half the tower with Graveyard after the first try. But after the
Yeah.
emergency nerf, it's okay. It's not that good. The emergency nerf was for the Graveyard, right?
Yeah, one less Skilly, and they slightly nerfed like the spawn patterns, but in my experience, the graveyard is still super annoying.
I see. All right, let's move on to the next change. We actually do have some notes for this one. This is the Little Prince buff. It's a
Yep.
plus 5% damage increase, so from 99 HP to 104. And let's see, your notes say...
Yeah. Hold up. This is actually a question from Phil as well. So he's asking if the Little Prince is viable now. So first, we're gonna go through the notes, and then I'll answer his question.
Oh, and yeah, and there was also that guy earlier in the chat that was asking about the Little Prince. He said,
Oh
"I know."
yeah.
He said, "I know you haven't gotten there. If you want, write this down so we can address it later." But it says, "I know you haven't gotten there yet, but when you do you think LP will be more viable in your deck now, like it was back in the day?" I think he's talking about the Alderazi deck, so
Yeah.
not that far back in the day. Still quite recent for when the Alderazi deck
Yeah.
was popular and good. Also, thank you, Proven Ranger, for the follow. Just saw that. Little Prince, boo, stop buffing the wrong thing on LP. Phil, what would you like them to buff instead of the damage? But yeah, let me...
He wants it to charge up quicker, like to the second and third, or maybe just the second
Honest, no,
stage,
no, no, I
perhaps.
agree with him. I agree with him. That plays more
Yeah.
to its strengths rather than just making it
Yeah.
more general. I agree with Phil on this one. But yeah, let's go on to the notes. A 5% damage buff is actually pretty big considering the already pretty high DPS of the rapid fire stage. But the most important changes are some interactions to the mid HP squishes. So after the buff, also, yeah, you guys gotta consider that a damage buff is a lot more significant on a fast shooting troop than on a slow shooting troop. So a 5% damage increase for like a P.E.K.K.A, well, a P.E.K.K.A deals a lot of damage, but for like a slow hitting troop, like a Mortar, for example, not nearly as strong as a 5% damage increase on an X-bow, which shoots like multiple times a second. But
Yep.
yeah, after this buff, it now takes 2 shots instead of 3, sorry, to kill goblins, and it takes 3 shots instead of 4 to kill archers, firecracker, bomber, and the bush goblins. Which you might notice is the same list of cards that it takes 1 shot more for the dart goblin to kill. So what I think they're trying to do with the 3% damage nerf to the Dart Goblin and the 5% damage buff to the Little Prince, they're trying to turn the Little Prince into the new Dart Goblin, I think. They wanted
And I
to...
think that's valid as well, because like the Little Prince hasn't been good in very
No,
long. Like the
absolutely.
last time it was good was when it had 3 card cycle, because you would see LP Minor Rocket, and I think you would see it in like some random CRL decks as well, as like a filler champ just for the 3 card cycle.
Hmm. Oh
But
wait,
ever since they changed like the 3 card cycle thingy, it's been
Proven Ran
yeah, like you're better off not using it.
Proven Ranger, the guy that was asking before about DLP, just said that he was talking actually. Wait, where is it? Um, I meant back when LP was just super OP and it was necessary to just use it whatever. I think he's talking about on release when the
Yeah,
ability of the LP was broken. So that is actually back in the day. But back then nobody was using it in Mortar bait. So it doesn't correlate. And Anim X City is saying to buff the ability instead to make the Guardian more tanky.
it doesn't need a buff. Trust me,
No.
the ability is
I
underrated
think the
right now.
ability I think the ability is good the way it is. I actually agree with Mao here.
Because like if you compare the current ability to what it was on release, I think it's as balanced as it gets. Because they nerfed the knockback, and then I think they nerfed like the DPS of like the Guardian hitting as well. But now they've realized it was so bad, or not now. It's been ages now. They've like slowly buffed it every now and then. But yeah, they buffed I think the knockback a tiny bit, and
Wait a
then the
second.
damage.
Sorry, 1 second. Sorry
Uh,
for interrupting. Feet is asking if there is any way he can DM me. Feet, join the Discord. Then you can actually get access to my Discord account and you can DM me on Discord. But join the Mortar Baiters Discord. There is a link somewhere in the cards there on Twitch. For anyone actually that wants to talk about Mortar Bait, play Mortar Bait, learn the deck, talk to the other people in the community, or even just talk to me, join the Mortar Bait Discord. Yes, thank you for the link, Phil. Anyone that wants to join, just click that link. But yeah, sorry for interrupting. Keep going.
yeah, well, basically, they have buffed the Guardians so many times. Like, sure, they probably should have been focusing on the LP itself instead of the ability, but like, the fact is, the ability has been buffed so many times. I just think it's underrated. Like, the Guardian does so much damage,
Phil
and
is saying,
it has decent knockback as well.
Phil
But they
is saying,
should be focusing on the LP.
yeah, actually, Phil is saying if you're going to buff the Guardian, buff its pushback with, so that it
I don't
always,
think they should do that.
so that it always pushes whatever unit off the Little Prince. I think the width,
Oh, yes, yes.
but I think,
I know what he's saying.
yeah, like just to make it so all the troops that are on top of the Little Prince get pushed onto the Guardian, so that they don't just walk back to the Little Prince after the Guardian spawn.
Yeah, you've seen that, right? Like you
Yeah,
use the
yeah,
ability to push stuff away, but they get pushed
yeah.
into
Then
the
they go
Little Prince
back to the
somehow.
Little Prince. No,
Yeah.
I think he's right about that, but I wouldn't change it by changing the width. I will just make it so that when the Guardian spawns, any troop that is targeting the Little Prince just automatically switches targeting to the Guardian. Because if you change the
Oh, it's
width,
like a
like
like
a
the
knight,
hero knight.
yeah, like the hero knight
Yeah.
ability, pretty much. But you know, only the
I
one,
think it would just be better to
but
give it
only,
like a slightly stronger pushback,
but
maybe. Not too much.
but only the troops that are targeting the Little Prince. So it's not like, you know, if there's a skeleton targeting something close to the Little Prince, there isn't the Little Prince.
Oh,
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, that's very specific, but I actually like the idea of that. That's actually really smart.
Yeah. And let me look at the notes here. One less shot to
Yeah.
kill. So after the buff, the Little Prince is also gonna take one less shot to kill both the Musketeer and the Berserker from 8 shots to 7 on the Musketeer, and from 10 shots to 9 on the Berserker. This is crazy to me because it just shows that the Berserker has more HP than the Musketeer.
Yeah.
That's
New
crazy.
elixir, by the way.
That's fucking crazy. Half the elixir. Oh man. I think this is a very good buff, but only time will tell if it's enough. Now,
I
oh,
do think the LP is like okay right now. I used Alrozi's deck a tiny bit. I don't think the meta is fitting because, well, there's graveyard curse everywhere. I feel like it's scary running Mortar Bait with like all the goblins.
it
So
is
yeah,
very
I don't know, but
scary.
the LP feels
Mostly because
okay.
of the Golden Knight. I think the Golden Knight nerf is also
Oh yeah,
gonna be an indirect Goblin Gang buff. You know?
yeah, exactly. Or like an indirect, just Mortar Bait buff.
Yeah, yeah. I wish LP could get a small HP buff and speed to go full auto, be activated a bit faster. Bro, my level 15 knight has to hit level 16 goblin and spear goblin twice to kill it. Yeah, but whenever I'm talking about balance changes or interactions or things like this, I'm always assuming that the cards are same level. To me, all of the interactions between cards of different levels, they are just a stupid byproduct of card levels existing in the game at all, which is a stupid byproduct of capitalism. It's not a design choice, it's just a let's make money choice. But yeah, let's move on to the last change here. The graveyard rework. Probably the most complex change of them all.
Yeah, and we can just disregard the skeleton count because
So
they
these,
changed it. Oh,
so this is not true anymore. It says skeleton count plus 8%. It goes from 13 skeleton to 14 skeleton spawn. That's not true. It's still 13, right? Because
yeah,
of the
or
because of the
they buffed
emergency
it,
nerf.
and then Yeah, exactly. And then
Yeah.
they emergency nerfed it back to 13.
So
And they
literally,
slightly fixed the defined pattern, so
but it is still
it's
defined.
not as broken. Yeah,
But it's
exactly.
not RNG at all. It will always be the same pattern.
Exactly. They moved the skellies like a bit further, yeah, a bit closer to the edge, basically.
Yeah, so that it doesn't automatically kill the like hit the
Yeah, and
Prince's
like
tower.
not as much, but it's still like a big issue apparently.
Sometimes,
But
yeah,
also, I
I've
am
seen
gonna
that. Like
say,
I've seen that like in a for a couple of days, everyone was complaining about the graveyard being broken.
yeah, but I am gonna say,
Wait,
uh, a defined spawn is good, but it is extra broken right now because no one knows like the correct placements and all that. So it's gonna take some time to like balance it because it's still very new. Like, yeah, it's obviously an issue if you get like
wait, wait,
400 damage every time you
wait,
play
wait,
it.
wait a second, wait a second. Before we get fully into the graveyard, let's address some last few questions about the Little Prince. Phil
Oh,
is saying that
yep.
the taunt thing would be impossible to program. We'll have to target units attacking Little Prince, but only ground ones. That's not true because even now, when the Guardian spawns, the air troops do not get pushed, do they?
No.
Yeah, so like you can just completely ignore the air troops and just give the taunt mechanic to like the game knows when a troop is targeting another troop. So you will just have to code that in the moment of the Guardian spawning, if any troop is targeting the Little Prince that spawned the Guardian, then those same troops will switch their target to the Guardian. That is not only not impossible to code, but it's actually very easy because of the way the game works. And wait, real quick, where do you and Mao land on putting Little Prince back to 6 tiles range instead of 5.5? Um,
Broken.
I think
Broken.
it's good at 5.5,
Yeah.
honestly,
You
because
gotta keep in mind it's a 3 elixir card. It survives fireball. It shouldn't have too much range.
not just the fact that it's 3 elixir, but also the niche that it's filling is like the only reason people use it instead of a Dart Goblin or a Musketeer or any of those other air targeting troops is because those other troops outrange it. Like the Little Prince not outranging these troops is what's keeping it balanced. Like
Yeah.
it was broken because it was a 6 tiles range, you know?
Yep. And you had 3 card cycle, and the ability was broken at the time as well. So it basically had the whole package for 3 elixir.
Yeah.
So now the best thing they can do, if this isn't like enough to make it viable, is to do something about like the ramp up. Just so like maybe it takes one less shot to get to the second stage. However, I will say also, this damage buff will actually, I guess it has like a similar effect to like a ramp up buff. Because
I think
yeah,
a
it takes
ramp
one
up
less shot
buff
to kill like
will
the
be
squishies.
healthier though, because with a range
Yeah,
buff, you are making the Little Prince snipe things on the other side of the river, for example, or
yeah,
from the other side of the arena, like from the right lane to the left lane. So I think ramp up damage is healthier for the interactions
yeah.
than that
Because
anything
we can
else.
take the minions right now as an example for like
Oh,
what can happen if you give more
yes,
range.
yes. Minions are the perfect example, actually. A range buff is not something that should be done lightly. Right now, just because of a half tile, it was a half tile or one full tile buff for the minions. Do you know?
Uh, I don't know. I know it was too much.
But yeah,
Uh,
the point is whether it was half tile or one tile. Now the minions can fully kill a mortar and an expo without ever crossing the river, without ever being targeted by the tower troop. So
I also wanna like give an honorable mention to the P.E.K.K.A. range buff like a long while back as well.
oh yeah,
Also
yeah,
the
yeah.
giant range buff when giant was
Giant.
everywhere.
Oh, the sight
Yeah, yeah,
range.
giant had one too.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no, no.
yeah.
It was a range buff. It was a range buff. It was the same as the P.E.K.K.A. range buff. So
Like
they had like the same range.
to hit the buildings, not just the
Yeah, yeah,
range,
yeah.
like not the sight range, not like it sees the building from further away,
Yeah,
it
yeah. He
hits.
could just stand further
Okay,
away.
I didn't remember that one. I didn't remember that one. But wait a second.
But yeah,
I am Yuki is saying, do you mean retarget for only troops being pushed by the Guardian, or like will the dart change? No, it will just be like troops that are attacking the Little Prince from close enough from melee range. So they would have to get touched, I guess, by uh, the Guardian. Like the difference from now is simply that right now it can happen that the Guardian pushes a troop off of the Little Prince, and then the troop retargets the Little Prince because the Little Prince is still closer and goes back to attacking it. after
Yeah,
this
it's like
buff,
it looks very weird when it happens as well. It like warps back to the little pin sometimes.
after this buff that I'm proposing, even if a troop gets pushed to the side, for example, then it will go walk all the way to the front to go to the Guardian instead of walking to the Little Prince, even if the Little Prince is closer. I think that's a good way to address it. Also, oh yeah, minions 2.5 tiles from 1.6, so it was 0.9, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, way too much. That's for
almost a
sure.
full tile, and it made them completely broken. I think the minions did not need that range buff. But yeah,
No.
thanks Phil. Thanks Phil for addressing. Also, Phil has a graveyard question. Should a poison 100% counter a graveyard, making the game more rock paper scissors? I think it's good that every once in a while a skeleton can get a hit on the tower, because then
Yeah,
the game is less rock paper scissors, as you were saying. I do not think it's good when every single graveyard gives you cheap damage no matter what. And
exactly.
I know that that's a very hard balance to strike, but that's definitely what they're trying to do with the rework. So let me actually pull up the video here to see the new pattern that they gave to the graveyard.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, have it
Oh
on
yeah,
the...
gotta keep in mind though, they spawn slightly closer to the edge now, like the inner ones.
Yeah, there's a
But it's
slight
mostly the
difference.
same.
There's a slight difference from this video, but the important part is the fact that all the skeletons are spawning in the same pattern every time, so there is no RNG. That is like one of my favorite things about Clash Royale, actually, more than any other esports. There is no RNG, other than the starting hand, which, yeah, getting starting hand, it sucks, but I understand why it exists, the randomization. There is literally zero RNG, even down to the true blue, true red interactions, you know? Yeah, let me play it one more time. Interesting stuff. Yeah, I think it's out because Graveyard was literally the only card still left in the game that had any RNG at all. And here you can see the image with the static visualization. These are the 7 different spawn locations for the skeletons. So it's not 14 skeletons, by the way, it's 13 skeletons. They have removed that extra skeleton. So the 13 skeletons that spawn will spawn in order in those positions. So you see here where it says 7 and 14, only one skeleton will spawn here, only the 7th skeleton, because there is no 14th skeleton. But everything else, that's where the skeletons spawn. In case you guys were wondering. And that was the last balance change. So, yeah, chat. The 73 people on Twitch, to the one guy that is on TikTok, and to the 3 people on YouTube. I hope you guys enjoyed this analysis of the balance changes that me and Mao did. We're gonna try to do this
There are 2 questions though from the Discord as well.
every single month. No, I'm not closing the stream yet. I was just saying we're done
Oh.
with addressing the balance changes. We're probably gonna move on to the questions now.
Oh yeah, shout out Hunter again. That was crazy.
Yeah, dude, 100 people,
Perfect time to raid as well.
and there is still 72 viewers of those 100 that came. So a lot of them must have liked the concept of the stream to stick around enough. Because
Yeah, he
usually,
couldn't have picked a better day to like what's it called?
yeah, to raid.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's actually a useful raid. Like we're informing people.
So the next chapter here, after the balance changes talk, is our thoughts and feelings about the balances, then maybe some ideas for potential changes before we head over to the Q&A. I mean, I said what I think about the Little Prince change. I don't really have any more inputs to give. If you have any, then we can do it. Otherwise, we can move on to the questions that we have.
Nah, I don't know. I think it's gonna be okay, but we'll see.
Proven Ranger saying, I like the monthly idea for the balance changes for sure, to make the Mortar meta podcast. And Proven Ranger, if you want to join the community, we talk all month long, all season long about the meta and the strategies, mostly for Mortar bait, because that's what the server is
Yeah,
about. But if
and
you like,
sometimes we community voice chats as well for like end season
yeah,
or even in the middle of the season. Like we just start a call and everyone plays together.
yeah, if you like these kind of interactions with the community, join the Discord. I think you're gonna find yourself in a very good spot there. Bro, can you do a quick like 1 minute recap on how you feel your mortar bait variation is post balance changes? Yes, let me address that real quick. Let me switch to the game here. Let me switch to the game here. And we can actually get rid of the meta map. I think we've talked enough about that. Hello? Okay. So this is the variant that I run of mortar bait. So I'm gonna be talking about this one. I don't yet have the Hero Musketeer, so everything that I say is about Evo Musketeer, Evo Mortar, Hero Knight. No Evo Barrel, okay? I'm gonna go through the balance changes one by one really quickly so that we can address it, and then we can turn to Mao for the questions and answers, if you have them ready, Mao.
Yeah.
All right. So for my deck, Evo Skelly Barrel nerf is actually a good thing because I don't use the Evo Skelly Barrel, and going against Mortar Bait mirror matchups, the Evo Skelly Barrel can be the thing that makes the most differences. But it's a very small change. It's almost inconsequential because I don't have minions in my deck and no other interactions are gonna change about it. Just a little bit of chip damage, which could make a difference. So it is something. It's not nothing, but kind of you can ignore it. The Hero Musketeer nerf, also a good thing for my deck. I do not use Hero Musketeer, I use Evo Musketeer, so no nerf for me, but a nerf for all the other Mortar Bait mirror matchups that do use the Hero Musketeer. This gives me enough time to react to the turret. In a lot of games, especially against those Piggies Lightning decks, a turret can be the thing that loses you the game because they spawn it from 1 HP Muskie last second, it instantly connects to your tower. That's not gonna happen anymore. Now we have the reaction time to react to it. So the first two changes, very good for my variant of Mortar Bait. And the Hero Mini P.E.K.K.A nerf, also good in the sense that it's gonna make Giant Sparky less prevalent. It's gonna make those Giant Mini P.E.K.K.A at the bridge less prevalent. So my deck is gonna get starting handed less. But it doesn't change that much because those were not particularly hard matchups. Those are matchups that I'm okay going against rather than a Hoggy Q or something like that. So overall, I'd say maybe the Hero Mini P.E.K.K.A nerf is good for the game, slightly bad for Mortar because it's gonna make the good matchups less prevalent. But overall, not that big of a change. The Hero Knight nerf is finally the first thing that actually affects this deck negatively because I do actually use the Hero Knight. But the main change is gonna be when you get a Hero Knight to the tower. So when you have a 1 HP Hero Knight and you activate the ability last second so that it gets a couple hits on the tower, it's gonna get one shot less. That is a lot of damage, but you know, I think this is a healthy choice for the game because it was a lot of damage for just a 2 elixir ability. And I think it's not going to change the main interactions, the main important interactions where you retarget a troop from your musketeer, for example, back onto the knight when they're crossing the bridge. That's not going to change. That's still good. It just makes it less good for those very specific scenarios that only happen once every handful of games where you get a hero knight on the tower on the last 2 HP. The Evo Skarmy nerf is amazing because it actually fixes what was a huge bug in the game where people could get the general stuck behind another troop. This has killed me multiple times. Usually the only way you could answer it with my deck was by cycling both a log and a fireball on this troop, which is of course way too much for 3 elixir. So this actually fixes a lot of the Evo Skarmy matchups. Really good change for Mortar Bait. The Golden Knight nerf, this is probably the best change out of all the balance changes for my variant of Mortar Bait. This is better than anything else. It makes it so the Golden Knight doesn't counter this deck as much. Basically, before it was making it so the Goblin Gang could never be used without giving them an instant connection on the tower. And now with this, they're only going to be able to use the ability once per Golden Knight, unless it's a very long push, you know. This is very, very good. It means one less ability for the Golden Knight, which can be the difference between like 2000 damage on your tower or 0. You know? Dark Goblin nerf is also good for my variant of Mortar Bait because a Dark Goblin is very popular in Mortar Bait, but my deck is one of the only variants that doesn't use it. It's gonna mean that more people can switch back to Musketeer. And there are actually, for being such a small nerf, there are actually a lot of interactions changes. So I think overall, this nerf, the Dark Goblin nerf, is bad for Mortar Bait as a whole. It's gonna make the archetype less strong, but it is gonna make my variant better. So I'm all for it. The Mini P.E.K.K.A nerf is also very inconsequential. It's 3 HP. This is probably the least important nerf in the whole balance changes. It's not gonna change almost anything. I feel like the Hero Mini P.E.K.K.A nerf is gonna affect those giant Sparky decks more. Almost nobody uses the Mini P.E.K.K.A without it being a hero. It's really just in Giant Graveyard, if at all. And yeah, this one is not gonna change anything for Mortar Bait. Completely inconsequential. It is a slight nerf for Mini P.E.K.K.A. Doesn't change any interactions for me. The Boss Bandit rework, this is actually really bad. It's mostly gonna be a nerf for other decks. For my deck, this is actually a buff. So it's gonna make Boss Bandit stronger because you're gonna get through the Goblin Gang way faster. Goblin Gang is the main way you use to counter Boss Bandit with my deck. And that defense is not gonna be nearly as good. So this might make Boss Bandit annoying. And yeah, the Boss Ram decks might come back to the meta if the Vines variant is the one that ends up being meta. Then it's actually going to be a good thing for Mortar Bait because it is a very good matchup. But something tells me the Lightning variant is also going to be very popular. So I think this change overall is bad for my variant of Mortar Bait. Absolutely. If you're using a variant of Mortar Bait that uses skeletons instead of Goblin Gang, this doesn't affect you as much. But in general, anyone that defends Boss Bandit with swarmy ground cards, this is not going to be a good change for them. The Furnace buff is really bad for Mortar Bait. Furnace is already a really strong card against my deck. I mostly have to waste all my fireballs on it. After this buff, it's going to be that much more oppressive. Even just a 6% hit speed buff on the Evo Furnace especially, that's going to be so many more Fire Spirits. This is not a good change. This might actually make Mortar Bait like a lot worse this season. Especially if these decks, let me show real quick. Like this is the most popular deck in Ultimate Champion right now. It's a hot yard deck. If these decks with Furnace are what becomes meta after the buff, we are fucked. We are actually fucked. This is like gonna be really bad for Mortar Bait. Just like the Golden Knight buff was probably the best change for Mortar Bait, this is probably the worst change in all the balance changes for Mortar Bait, the Furnace buff. The Ram Rider buff is not going to affect Mortar Bait too much. I think it might actually be good because it's going to make both Hog Rider Cycle decks and the Pigs deck have, you know, the Royal Hogs deck. They're going to both have a little more competition. This, if anything, might be a little better for Mortar Bait. The Giant Skeleton buff, completely inconsequential other than that one Graveyard Furnace deck, which is going to be a little more popular, but this is not a problem for Mortar Bait. It might even be good for Mortar Bait if the Giant Skeleton gets a little stronger. The Little Prince buff is going to be amazing for Mortar Bait in general because of the Alderasi variant that uses Little Prince. This is going to actually bring that variant back into the meta, I think. Alderasi himself is going to definitely start using it. For my variant, this is not necessarily good, but it doesn't matter that much because Little Prince is not a bad matchup for my deck in most of the decks that he appears in. So overall, I'd say the Little Prince buff, both good for Mortar Bait as an archetype, but also for my variant. And the Graveyard rework, I think is gonna be worse for Mortar Bait. I've already seen people complain about the new pattern. The new skeleton is not actually there, so that's not gonna change, but the new spawn pattern apparently is giving Graveyard more consistent damage. And I think we might have the solution. Mao, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we might have the solution. Since there is no RNG in the Graveyard anymore, we as a community, as a Mortar Bait community, might find some good setups, some specific placements and timings to counter the Graveyard better than we did before because of the lack of RNG. So in the short term, This is gonna be bad. It's gonna make the graveyard stronger, which is really bad for Mortar Bait because we already struggle against Graveyard Poison. Not against Graveyard Freeze. Graveyard Freeze is still a good matchup. But in the long run, I think this is gonna make every single Graveyard matchup better for Mortar Bait. We just need to lab a little bit with the Mortar Bait community and find the right setups to defend these new no RNG graveyards. So yeah, short term bad, long term good. That's my opinion on every single balance change for Mortar Bait. I'm gonna try to edit this if I do end up going to edit this long ass stream. I'm gonna definitely try, but you know, stream this long, this like 2 hours, it takes a while to edit.
I gotta mention as well, since Graveyard is so popular now, I do have a video of like a matchup guide against Graveyard. Like 3 different variants. So the I think one of them is with the Evil Witch Goblin Hut deck with Vines. And then there's also one with
I
normal
call
Splash Yard, just
I
Baby
call
Drag
those
Ice Mist.
I call those Witch Hut Yard, by the way.
Yep. Yeah, I gotta start saying that.
It's
And then
it's
also, I'm currently making another one for the Curse Evil Snowball Giant Skelly deck,
yeah,
the new one that just came back.
that deck is gonna be really popular next season. Like if you look right now, it is the most popular deck in the game, which is crazy. Like more people have used this deck last season than Hogtube in 6. 3,000
Yeah,
more people, 3,000 more usage rate. Like a 3,000 usage rate is the usage rate of the 30th most popular deck in the game. That's also the difference between the first and the second. So this deck extremely popular right now. This deck is completely exploding. Everyone is using it. You're gonna see it
yeah,
everywhere
I've
this
seen
season.
it so much. But I will say, I just think it's a good matchup for like every Mortar Bait deck. You just gotta be careful with like how you play your gang, your skellies, or whatever, like guards as well, since they have curse.
Mm-hmm. But
But
yeah,
like if you're careful, then it should be a free win because it can't really like handle pressure too well.
if you want, by the way, Mal, I can roll a joint right now while you go through the balance changes for the meta variant. But let's be very specific about which variant you're talking about, like the specific 8 cards, not just like in
Oh,
general.
oh
Because we
yeah.
already because we already talked about what these changes mean for the cards in general.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll just go through my current main deck then. The Skilly's Minions one
Yes.
with
Wait,
Hero Knight.
wait before you start talking. Like you have the stream open
No, I don't.
because I wanted to make sure that I have on the screen the exact variant that you have before I start talking. But I guess I can just
Oh,
I guess I
no,
can
it's
just.
not, it's not the meta map. It's the one with Dark Goblin, Hero Knight, Minions,
Okay, perfect,
Skillies.
perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna search for Hero Knight and the Dark Goblin. I think that should already be enough to find it. It's the unevolved Dark Goblin, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just Evo, Skelly Barrel, Evo,
Evo
Mortar.
Mortar. Alright, yeah, this is the
Yeah.
variant. It's the same variant that George is using. I'm gonna roll a joint now while Mao talks about what the balance changes mean for this variant of Mortar Bay. Which, by the way, this is gonna be the most meta variant this season for Mortar Bay.
Yep, for sure. Or for now, it could change. Maybe like around end season. We'll see. But for now, this is definitely the best deck. And I will say, most of the
Also,
matchup we have
by
are
the way,
fairly similar.
goodbye to Anim. They're saying they're heading out. Thank you for dropping by and thank you for the follow. And
Yeah, thank you.
most importantly, thank you for all the great questions and conversations we're having about the meta. One of the most active people in chat today. But yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
go back.
shout out to that guy. Oh yeah, wait, was he gonna join the server or no?
Yeah, I think. Did anyone join the server when I said it? I feel like somebody might have joined.
Not yet.
Oh,
Not yet,
nobody joined the
sadly.
server? Chat, come on, join the Discord. Join the Discord, y'all. What are you doing? Who is Geometry
Hmm.
Emperor?
Oh, it's the guy that made the Boss Bandit
Oh, okay,
map.
okay.
That was his Reddit account.
I see. Oh, that person that said that they were gonna join the Discord. They actually just messaged me on the DMs. I think they just like wanted to find my Discord account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Anyway, about the meta. Yeah, so most of the matchups we have are like mostly the same, I would say. Like Hog EQ, Hog 2.6, they're all bad. We have the same bad matchups most of the time. I will say, wait, actually, I gotta open the meta map here real quick. Yeah, so some of the good matchups for my deck are the Royal Hogs ones, like the Goblin Hut Lightning, because I have minions and they can't kill the minions, which makes the defense very free. Because you can just go minions or just Fireball for the piggies. Um, and then also some graveyard decks are really, really good for my deck as well. So since graveyard is more popular now, it's gonna take a bit of learning as well, like we said, with like the new defined pattern, spawn patterns and all that. But like overall, if you play well against most of the graveyard decks, they won't be able to play like a single graveyard ever, because you're just gonna be on offense the whole time. Because this deck is cheap, you have
Mhm.
pressure like all the time, and I will make a video guide to show how to beat the curse matchup as well, as
Another
mentioned
reason,
earlier.
another reason to join the Discord, by the way, because that's the only place Mao posts his videos for now.
Yeah, dude.
You gotta make them
Maybe you
public,
should
man. You
get
gotta
like
make them public on your
yeah, I
YouTube.
do. I kind of want to like just maybe delete the unlisted ones and then like repost them as like one big video. But the issue
Sure.
is like,
Yeah, but the issue is that Clash moves on very quickly. So, like a video from
yeah,
4 months ago,
exactly.
the
Like some
card,
of them
all
are
the
outdated.
yeah, all the interactions are already different if you wait 2 or 3 months.
But luckily, the matchup guides I have like public, or I would say they're like timeless, because I mean the deck has the same playstyle
Yeah, yeah,
still
yeah. No,
and stuff
that's
like
that's
that.
why that's why I still sometimes link people matchup guides from 3 years ago because the playstyle is still the
Yeah.
same.
Um. Yeah. What else? Yeah, we can actually go through the nerfs and buffs and the balance changes as well. So my deck got one, two, three nerfs, but honestly, they're mostly like irrelevant. The Dark Goblin is still good, way better in this deck than the Hero Musk is. Like after the nerf, minions are also still strong. I don't know why they didn't get a nerf. Very weird. But they also help a lot right now because they're good against Graveyard. They're good against
a,
Royal Hogs. They're good against. I would just say they're good against everything.
a dictator saying I'm smoking a joint while listening to this right now. Cheers, bud. Cheers. I'm gonna roll one right now.
Dude, that guy is a
Also,
legend.
also
Dude, everyone's
somebody,
smoking.
also somebody asked if they can use my variant and your variant with Cannoneer. My variant is okay with Cannoneer, but I think it is better with the Tower Princess. But totally playable with Cannoneer though.
Mm,
Your variant, I think.
with mine,
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, not right now because of Graveyard. I don't think it's worth it. Um, but maybe in a meta where Graveyard isn't like as popular, because like maybe a hot take. I think Cannoneer is like still broken, but the meta just doesn't suit it. And it hasn't for a while because of Hyperbait being meta for a while, and now Graveyard.
Yeah.
But once the meta is like more, I guess, more beatdown based, then maybe you could use Cannoneer.
But I think Phil is right here. He's saying that if your goal is to play Mortar Bay while using the Cannoneer Tower, the best variant is the Dragon variant.
Yes, 100%. That's
One
way better because then you,
one
have,
trillion.
yeah, you can deal with like all the bait decks very easily. Definitely the best like Cannoneer Mortar deck.
Well, can you tell me like which cards to look for to find the Dragon variant? It was still Evo Mortar and Evo Scally Barrel, but it also had
I don't think
SK, right?
anyone plays it. Yeah, Skelly King, Goblin Gang, or Guards. I would check with Goblin Gang, but I
What
could
was
also
the
just send a
what was the
screenshot.
original? What was the original when we started calling it the Dragon variant? You know when he got his top finish, like the best Mortar Bait finish of that season. I think he was still with Gang or was it with Guards?
I don't remember what meta it was. I would assume Goblin Gang. But yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
can send the screenshot in DMs.
As you can see from my screen chat right now, like in the stream, this is still the most popular Cannoneer variant. It's pretty strong. Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah, got
yeah,
it
yeah,
in
yeah. I
DMs.
see it. I see it. Wait a second, chat, because then I'm gonna show you the actual dragon variant.
So that's my actual main deck. That's what I would play right now if it was like good, but I don't know. I had some great success with it when pushing to Ultimate Champ. I got a 90% win rate. But then once I reached UC and tried pushing, I don't know, it felt weird. I feel like you need to play way more perfect to have good success because of all the curse and graveyard.
Yeah. Wow, Dragon variant is really dead right now. Like I'm having to put so many cards in the research just to find it. Okay, I think I
When I
found it.
started playing it, it was like only me, Dragon, and X-Men playing like that variant.
This is the
And
variant,
then
chat. This is the actual variant of the Mortar bait dragon deck.
it's so fun, dude. It has like such a unique playstyle.
But yeah, we're down to 60 viewers on Twitch. They're slowly going away. 3 on YouTube, and wait, let me read TikTok before I switch here because today for some reason TikTok chat is not appearing, so that's a little
Always
annoying.
TikTok.
Yeah. Yo, what up, LT Stains? No, this is not the Golden Knight. This is Mao. Mao, which card would we say you are? Because I'm the Electro Wizard. My best friend
Well, you
Marine
did
is
call
the
me the
Golden.
prince, right?
You're the Prince, right? Right. We're with the Prince today.
Yeah, because you said I looked French or something racist like that. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the prince.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But we got 5 people on TikTok. And no, I did not forget I'm streaming on TikTok, chat. It's just I can't always have the chat open, you know. Mao is Little Prince. Oh, I think that's better actually.
What? What? Because I'm small, bro. What?
Because you're not that old. You should not be the prince.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
My handsome princess. Aww. Somebody in the
Yeah, that
chat is.
sounds like Terrence, but it's not. Because
Nah,
well, that was
this
too
is
nice of a
Dot.
message.
There is a guy that his name is literally just a single dot, and every time I stream, he calls me handsome. Every single time.
Dude, that's like the best viewer.
Yeah. But yeah, I put it back
Uh,
to your thing. I'm gonna actually just let you talk. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. You can finish going through
yep,
the different balance changes for your variant, and then we can do the Q&A. You know.
yep.
Be right back, chat. I'm leaving you alone with Mao, with Uncle Mao.
Oh, first I was a little prince, and now I'm okay. So he can't make up his mind. Anyway, I guess we can talk about the 3M matchup as well, since 3M didn't get a nerf. So, I do have matchup against 3M, like the bridge spammy variants, but when they have the evil Royal Hogs version, it gets pretty difficult. Um, but with the 3M bridge spam variant, the Golden Knight actually did get a nerf, which is very nice. Um, so it's a little bit less like annoying to deal with. And I did beat it. I think I even have a video of it that I'm gonna post either later today or tomorrow, just like a small matchup guide. But yeah, it's a very free matchup. Like even if they have like 3 pumps down, you're good to go. You can defend for as long as you want. Well, you could still lose to a Golden Knight ability or, well, a mini P.E.K.K.A if you're extra unlucky. And then we can check what's next. Yeah, so I've seen like an uptick of Royal Hogs, like the Queen Royal Hogs deck, Queen EQ. That's a really bad matchup still, like for every mortar bait deck. Like maybe a tiny bit better for me because I have minions, but yeah, you're not winning that. Like regardless, it's very bad. It's also good against every giant deck, and giant also go, or not the giant, but like the mini P.E.K.K.A got a nerf, so there will be like a tiny bit less giant roaming the meta. Giant graveyard is actually a good matchup as well, so you're still gonna see that. But I would say it's difficult despite being a good matchup because like, yeah, one fuck up and you lose. And especially now with the new graveyard, because I mean, the skelly spawns so much closer to the tower. So if you wait too long to defend, yeah, half your tower's gone. But yeah, I'll try to figure something out as well with the server, like how to properly defend graveyard. Let me see here. Loon 2.9. I don't know. I don't want to say too much yet because I haven't faced it with the Hero Ice Golem. But it's supposed to be good. But I don't know. I can just never beat that matchup ever. Lava Loon, yeah, I don't know. It's difficult if they have Evo Baby Drag, but I haven't really seen that anymore. Yesterday I faced one of my friends on ladder, and he was running the Empress deck with Tombstone and yeah, I forgot what it had, but yeah, a lava deck with Empress and Tombstone. And that's good because it's like extra expensive, like more expensive than other lava decks, which makes it very easy. So you can just play mortars and skelly barrels, and he can never go in for a lava. But yeah, I would say overall, with like all the nerfs and all the new decks, this deck is still strong. Like no matter how much it gets nerfed, it's still gonna be strong. I feel like the only way they could kill this is if they nerf the minions. Oh yeah, I just realized I can't even see the chat, so that's unlucky. I'm gonna have to wait for Prop to come back and read the chat for me. But yeah, a minions nerf is the only way to kill this deck. Or if they decide to nerf the Dark Goblin again, but I don't think they're going to. I think Dark Goblin's in a good spot now. But yeah, the minions definitely need a nerf. So, well, yeah. Until then, we're good to go. I gotta go through the notes here as well. See if there's like a relevant question. Uh, hmm.
I'm back, y'all. What did I miss?
Oh, welcome back. Nice. I've been talking to myself for so long. I haven't read the chat because I mean,
You don't
I'm
have
going
the
through the
chat open.
notes and stuff. No, dude.
Let's see.
It's so weird. I'm like talking to myself. I don't know, man.
Let's
I
see what
got
the.
kind of scared, low key.
This is why the chat is good for like keeping your sanity, because every once in a while you're going on like a really long monologue and you need someone to put you out
Yeah,
of it.
it's like I'm talking to the voices in my head.
Well, let me see what the chat is saying about you. Um, Clash Royale sounds fun, and I get into it. Don't, please don't. It's not. I if there is somebody I hate, I will tell them yes, get into Clash Royale, let it take over your life. It's gonna be great. If it's somebody I love,
Dude, getting
if it's somebody I love, I will just tell them, please run away, save yourself all the pain and suffering.
Dude, getting into Clash now would just be sad. Like all the things you've missed out on is like, dude, that's so tragic. And then you come into this game, pay to win, horrible updates. Every update breaks something. Oh yeah, did you see that? With like the 2v2 badges?
Yeah, that some people got the older, like the a worst finish instead of the newer, better one.
Yeah, yeah,
But
exactly.
by the way,
Like,
Phil
come
said,
on, man.
Phil,
How?
Phil, you probably thought I wouldn't scroll back enough to see this, but you said, "Oh, good, Prob is gone. We can talk crap about him now." I see you, Phil. I see you. Also, also,
Oh,
Fit is saying, "Uncle Mao, tell us how it was when you were young."
how it was when I was young?
Uncle
Well,
Mao.
you
I
just said I
think,
was young, so I'll tell you how I'm feeling now.
I think,
Or
I
what?
think he
Or
was just
wait, does he mean about the game?
no. I think he was just making fun of the fact that I called you uncle before leaving. I didn't mean it like he's old.
Oh,
I
oh
didn't mean
yeah,
it like
yeah,
he's old. I meant it more
yeah,
like you guys are kids and me and Mao are like, the dad and the uncle. You know?
yeah. Because I spoke like a tiny bit of shit. Because first you called me the little prince, and then you called me Unc, and I was like, wow, conflicting words.
I didn't mean it like that. I swear to God. Here in Italy, we say uncle. We say uncle like bro. You know when you tell someone bro, Here we say zio, which is like uncle. So when I call someone uncle, I'm more calling them a bro rather than calling them old. It's just TikTok that
Oh yeah. Oh, so that's like a different meaning,
TikTok
basically.
Tik,
Well, same
Tik,
meaning, but different word.
TikTok ruined Ankh. Now Ankh just means old. But before Ankh, like even in Spanish, Tio and Zio in Italian, they're used in the same way
Yeah.
that bro is used in English. This is true Yuk? Yes.
Uh.
We have the real I am Yuk in the chat. Yes, sir. Mal,
Oh
where
wait,
do
he's
you
still here.
need? Yeah, I am Yuki still there in the chat. Also, somebody said Mao or Phil said Mao, where do you skill needed to play this version? Say compared to Prob's version. The fuck does that even mean? Where do you
Oh,
skill
if this.
needed?
Oh no, no. He means if this deck is like more difficult to play than yours. And I would say
Oh,
yes. I
I
would
th
say the Skelly's minions deck is way harder to play.
I think in
But
general, a deck is harder to play when the average elixir is lower because you need to make more plays.
yeah, and I feel like your deck is like pretty straightforward as well. Like it has a high skill ceiling, but the skill floor is also like I would say anyone can pick it up and get like decent success with it. But with this one, it gets way more difficult because I feel like any deck with skellies is like automatically somewhat difficult, or maybe a bit too difficult for the average person to play.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, did you get through all the
But
balance
I think it's
changes for
worth
the deck?
learning this. If I went through them,
Yeah, through all the balance changes for your deck.
yeah, I went through them. I basically said that they're mostly irrelevant. Like this deck can't die unless they nerf the minions,
Mm-hmm. Well,
or if the Dark Goblin gets a small nerf.
let
But
me let
yeah,
me
I also said I think he's in a good spot.
let me quickly try to get to the Q&A here then. These are the questions that we have. What's next for Mortar? I told you guys the variant with the Dart Goblin, Skellies and Minions. This variant right here that we've been showing you, that Mao's been talking about, that's what's next for Mortar Bait this season, absolutely. Then will Mortar decks keep the Skelly Barrel, or will a lot of the bait variants go back to Minor? Well, the bait variants were never really minor variants, because usually you either have the
No, I just meant like in general, like just to simplify the question or whatever.
right. What I'm thinking just is the bait variants are always gonna have Skelly Barrel because that's what Mortar bait is. It's Mortar and Skelly Barrel. The minor
Yeah,
variants, the minor Mortar decks, I understand that sometimes they are get more popular, they sometimes get less popular. I still think that Mortar bait is gonna be the main Mortar variant for the next couple of seasons, unless something happens, of course. But with the current balance changes that we're seeing, I see the Mao deck, the deck that Mao is running right now, the one that he showed you, being the most popular Mortar deck for the season.
yeah.
I don't
I
think.
feel like the only way Mortar goes back to minor is if the Skelly Barrel gets like a harder nerf, or if maybe a Mortar minor deck gets a better Evo to like pair with the minor or something like that. But for now, every Mortar deck is probably gonna keep Skelly Barrel.
Also, Mayer's saying, what is your goal in 2026? Just to survive until 2027. And Phil is asking, how about the Shimayu
Yeah,
version?
that's fair.
How about the Shimayu version versus what Mao is showing? So guards over skeleton. Wait, Shimayu version is the exact same, but it just has guards over skeleton?
Yeah, it's good. It's definitely good. Like,
What about the
if
Kuro?
you're not good enough to like utilize the
Oh,
skillies,
I
yeah.
was confusing. I was confusing the Shimayu variant with the Kuromasu variant because they're both Japanese names, so I was very confused. The Kuromasu variant is both Goblin Gang and guards, though, so that's the main difference.
What?
Yeah,
That's
Kuromasu.
crazy.
Yeah, there was this variant was actually very popular in Japan for a couple seasons. Like a lot of Japanese pros were using it, but it never made it out of Japan for some reason. I don't know why. Like the only reason I know about
Dude,
it is
that's
because of the
interesting.
yeah, the only reason I know about it is because of the top 10 meta decks that I make. Like I made one about Mortar specifically, and that's the only way that I
Yeah.
would have ever found that deck because it's so niche that only people looking at the top 30 Mortar decks would find it, you know. My
Dude, that's
goal,
some ball knowledge. Jesus.
a dictorator is saying, my goal is to find this little spoon I lost somewhere in the sitting room. I think it's in the couch. God, when I hold it in my hands, going to be so satisfying, finally. I'm gonna pretend like I have no idea what that message is about.
Yeah,
But yeah, that
I didn't really
no, it's good.
understand it,
I don't
so
think I don't think anyone other than me understood what that message means, but I think it's better than that. W Dictorator in the chat. Who invented the deck Mao is
uh
showing? I don't think who invented this. I don't like this is new. This is a very new variant. People
yeah,
only
it started popping up last season.
feel
But
feel
honestly,
feel honestly, you almost found out who invented my variant of Mortar Bait, which was like back in 2018. You can totally find out who invented this. This was like last month that people started using this when the minions got buffed. I think for sure you have way better chance to find out who invented this than any other deck.
I low key wanna like give all the credit to George though, because I mean he's the one with the most success with it.
Fair.
Also the musky
If
variant.
I had if I had
'Cause
to name these any variants, it will definitely be the George Mortar Bait for sure.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I'll just do that now. It's the Jor's Mortar deck
Yeah,
until we find out who actually like made it.
honestly, Phil, for all intents and purposes, I think George is the answer. But I don't
Yeah,
think you should do any research, Mao. Like Phil is like an expert on this shit. You know what I mean? Phil
yeah.
like
I mean, I know.
his job is actually like to do this type of research to find out about things like with a radio station or whatever. Who
Dude,
knows
that's
George?
fucking badass.
Who knows George can ask him. See, that's already that mentality going right there. Just ask the source. Fair.
Oh yeah, I was gonna answer the question about the Jor's deck versus the Shimayu version. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would say that the Skelly version is 100 times better. Just because of the way the deck works, it's like very fast paced, high pressure. Um, but guards are like way more user friendly for the average player. Like it's not a bad deck at all, not at all. But it's not. I don't know. I
Somebody saying
I
also
haven't tried
tell
it.
Phil saying also tell George to send me his friend link. The first step is that we need to get him into the Mortar Bait Discord. After that, we can ask for his friend link, and I'm getting it first.
Oh,
I'm getting the
don't
friend
you
link
have
first.
it?
I don't have the George friend. Wait, do I have him? Let me check.
You do. I swear you do.
I do. Wait.
Yeah, because I remember getting jealous.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Let me look at
I
my.
swear you do.
Let me look at my. Oh, I do. I actually do. I have his super.
Exactly.
I have his
See?
Supercell ID. When did I get this? I don't even know when I got his friend list. Okay, now I feel silly. Yep, I do. I do. I'm sorry. I do. I guess that's what happens
See?
when you're in the Mortar Bait community for this long. You know,
See, I know you're better. I know your friend list better than you. It's
better
crazy.
than me. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, no,
Oh Jesus.
I definitely think the George variant is better than the Shimayu variant. The Shimayu variant
Yeah.
is only probably gonna get better if we ever get to like really heavy metas, and this is rare.
Wait.
Some
Actually. I think the Shimayu version might be better if Boss Bandit gets like more common in the meta, since the guard shields are.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah. It takes two Boss Bandit
that's
hits to break the
fair.
shields.
That's a fair assessment, but I don't think that a rework is gonna be enough to make the Shimayu version better than the George version.
No, 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 absolutely not. It's way too specific. But like, just in case,
Yeah.
it's like
No,
I don't know. Could be a nice
I was thinking like instead of just
change.
like a specific matchup, if the meta is ever the type of meta that would make the Shimayu variant better than the George variant, it would probably be if we ever get to one of those really heavy metas where cycle decks
Yeah,
are punished. Like it's very rare, but like you remember the Golem meta like last season or 2 seasons ago, you know?
yeah,
Yeah, that's the kind of meta I'm talking about. Where like, for example, a good indicator that we're in that type of meta is our G cycle is running lightning instead of fireball. You know,
yeah,
if
yeah.
we're in that type
Dragon
of
step
meta,
runs
then
guards over
yeah, then
Goblin Gang.
the Shimayu version will definitely be better in that case. But yeah, let's
But yeah, it's not a bad deck at all. I would say the average person can probably play it and still have great success.
yeah.
Because it is way better against heavy decks since you have yeah, a
I,
tanky like set of ground squishies, or
I
not really squishies. I don't. Do you call them squishies? Do you?
squishy troops.
I would say so. Yeah, guards.
I don't know if I call yeah, I guess fair. No, yeah,
In between, in between.
I consider guards on the same level that I consider like Goblin Gang. You know, like I understand
Yeah,
they're more spell resistant, but I mean to me it's the same thing. They're still squishy troops.
but yeah, definitely not a bad version.
But yeah, the next question is: do spear gobs need a buff? And in my opinion, no, just because of the Goblin Hut. If it weren't for the Goblin Hut, I would say
Oh,
yes.
dude, yes, that's
If
actually true.
if it weren't
I
for
didn't
the
think about that.
if it weren't for the Goblin Hut, I will just say revert the last nerf, make it so a half HP Spear Gob that gets killed in one shot still gets a shot on the tower before dying. But that would mean that they also need to revert the Goblin Hut rework. Because the way the Goblin Hut works right now, it would be just broken if the Spear Gobs got
Yeah,
even a
yeah.
1% damage buff. Like, it would still be too much.
Yeah, I added that question for fun, and I didn't even think about the Goblin Hut. Like, yeah, it would be way too good.
The Goblin Head is literally the only reason why I can't advocate for a Spear Gob buff. Otherwise, I would be all over it. I would be like, please, you killed my deck by making Spear Gobs worse. Please. You know? But yeah, let's now get about to the questions in the server. I think you had something like a thread that you put on the server. Well, next
Yeah,
time, next time, I think we need to pin the thread. Otherwise, it just gets buried
yeah, I
back,
think
and
that's
nobody,
better.
yeah, nobody would ask questions. But I think we received some questions before the thread got buried anyway.
Yeah. I want to take the question from Pork Chop here. Or maybe it's better if you do it, because I mean, uh, I haven't really faced Hero Wizard. Have you?
No, not really. I haven't really played ranked.
Oh.
I haven't really played ranked this season yet. But there's still like 16 days. I'm fine. I'm gonna play in the last week or the last 2 weeks. Also,
Yeah.
I just lost a call from Awake. Wait, maybe Awake wants to join the call here. Let me see if I can add him.
Oh,
Awake.
I've never. Oh, he's the splash yard guy,
Splasher
right?
player. Yeah, yeah, the one that I got a top
Yeah.
finish in 2v2 with. Oh. Yo, yo, yo. Awake? I can't hear you, man. But yeah, me and Mao are streaming right now, analyzing the balance changes. Who's the other guy? The other guy is
Yeah.
Mao.
I'm blind.
Yeah, you're back? Nice. Yeah, the other guy is Mao, is a Mortar player. And
Yo, what's up?
and if Awake, I mean Awake is in the call, but I can't hear him. Can you hear him?
No, I couldn't. I saw like the audio thingy flash, but I couldn't hear him.
Yeah, same.
Maybe not.
Like I see the audio flash, but I can't hear him. But yeah, Awake is a splash yard player. He's a really, really good splash yard one trick.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, what's
Oh,
up, Awake?
There we go.
Man, this is the first
Bro,
time
we
I
fucked
hear
up.
you. Yes, this is the
Bro,
first
we
time I
messed
hear
up
you.
bad, bro.
I know. This is the first time I hear you from the 2v2 thing. I actually passed the fuck out and I didn't have the notifications on. I'm so sorry.
Well, no, it's worse than you think, bro. Look at your 2v2 badge. It's worse than you think.
What do you mean looking your 2v2 badge? Wait, I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
look.
Yours got
2 badge
changed
is
too, for
worse than you
sure.
think.
What? Wait, what? It's 551 in the world. Was that it? Did we get a 551 finish?
Oh, wait, what? Oh, yours didn't change?
No. Oh wait, did he give you the worst badge?
Yes, it gives you the worst
What?
badge.
Let me check your profile. It didn't give me any badge at all. Maybe it was so far below that it didn't even count as a badge.
No, bro, mine wasn't. It didn't. It did count as a badge. I got like top 1600 or 1700.
No fucking way. Wait,
Oh my
let
god.
me find your pro. I fucked him up so bad by falling asleep, dude. In my defense, he was like 8 in the morning and I didn't sleep all night and you
Oh,
told me to wait
oh,
like another half an hour.
oh, we have some big news here, actually.
What?
So apparently, you get a badge from the Mega Draft now.
Oh, you do?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or people,
Bro,
like,
bro,
Well,
I
it's funny
just
because they said
I
that
just
there wasn't going to be a badge, and everyone complained about it, which I would complain about that too because it doesn't make fucking sense. Like, people only play this fucking game for the badges, and I bet you
Yeah.
the data was so bad already that they were like, "Oh my god, no one's playing it," so they literally had to give people badges, which is so
Dude.
Yeah,
funny.
and it was also called like a competitive or ranked game mode, so I don't see why they wouldn't
I
give out a
just
badge.
I just opened the Wake's profile in the game, by the way. I'm so sorry, man. I didn't know.
Yeah, bro. Isn't that so sad?
I couldn't have known, dude. The morning after when I woke up and I
No,
saw all the missed calls, I was like, oh, Awake is pissed right now. Awake is actually fucking pissed.
What I don't understand is like why did the badge like get worse though? I don't even understand like why would they take your worst one? Like it's so dumb. Like they make dumb decisions.
It's gotta be a bug. It's definitely like as dumb as Supercell is. I doubt they will do this on purpose. It's gotta be like by mistake.
No, on their Twitter post, it makes it sound like it's intended because they said they said it will take your new one. They said something along those lines. So I think it's intended. That's the fucked up part, bro.
So they just display the latest badge that you got, no matter if it's worse than the previous one.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest shit ever. There's no way, bro. That's fucked up. Who is making these choices? That's so stupid.
Yeah, because now the next 2v2 that happens, I'm gonna do it with you. We're gonna get like top 200, and then we're never gonna play 2v2 again. Like they're so dumb for doing it.
Yeah, no, they're literally incentivizing people to stop playing. Like they're actively
Yeah.
asking people to stop playing the fucking game.
Yeah, if that's how it worked on ladder, I would have stopped at my 440 and never tried again.
Yeah, no, that's a really stupid decision. But yeah, next 2v2, man, I have to like not fall asleep, and we have to like do the push before it gets like 8 in the morning for me, just so that I don't pass out. Or a better choice would have been if I just enable notifications on fucking Discord, because I thought I would wake up when you called me, but I didn't get any notifications at all.
I was at work. It just sucked that I was at work, bro. It's just like unfortunate timing.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I thought like I thought that I would fall asleep. You know, I didn't think that I would not fall asleep, but I just thought that I would wake up when you called me, because I thought, you know,
Yeah.
Discord is just gonna fucking ring. It didn't fucking ring at all.
Yeah, it's gonna like fuck you in the ear until you you eventually woke up. That's what I thought too. So I just kept on annoying you to see if I could like somehow get you to wake up.
Yeah, no, that's what I actually wanted, like what I actually wanted to happen. But no, I only saw the calls after I woke up like way later. But yeah,
So
man.
Graveyard's better, I think. By the way, I think they made Graveyard slightly better.
Oh yeah, with the rework. I was gonna ask actually. Me and Mao, this is like almost 3 hours. We have been streaming for almost 3 hours, literally just talking about the balance changes and nothing else. It was a very fun. It was a very fun stream. We went through all the changes one by one, and
So
we were like at the end. We were like at the end of the stream where we just answered like the questions that people have. But so far we've only talked about Mortar bait because that's what we play.
Yeah.
If you want to give us your 2 cents about what these changes mean for Splash Yard, I'm sure this has been a very.
I would say that it's good because so they undid the balance changes they did to Graveyard. They undid the 14 skeletons. They made it back to 13.
Yeah.
They basically.
We
but
thought
even after that, I would say Graveyard on average gets like 5% more damage. I would say like on average, I'd say it's like 5% better than what it was. Like it definitely like there's scenarios where like I'm like, wait, what the heck? How am I getting so much damage right now?
Yeah, I've seen everyone.
That never would have happened before.
If you see, did you see what the most popular deck in Ultimate Champion is right now? Awake?
Wait, did he die?
He
no,
fell
he's
asleep.
alive.
He fell asleep. But yeah, if you check, if you check my stream right now, or like just Royal API, I guess, you can see the most popular deck in the game right now, more popular than Hog 2.6, is a graveyard deck. But the type of graveyard deck it is, I think, is gonna disgust you.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I think that I'll get top 1.
But did you see what graveyard deck actually is popular? Because it's not Splash Yard. It's not even close to Splash Yard.
Yeah.
Are you seeing it?
I think like
Furnace, Giant Skeleton.
Yeah, I saw that deck. I saw.
Yeah.
It's good. It's very good.
It disgusts me.
I just don't like those other decks.
No, same. I would have rather have Splash Yard be a top deck than this, even though it counters me more. Like this just looks disgusting with the Furnace and the Hut. And the fucking Curse.
Yeah. It just doesn't feel right to play against. Goblin Curse is such a stupid card in my opinion.
Yeah. I like it though. I like, do you know the Prince Curse bait deck? The one from J&J or something like that? JID?
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's fun. I'd rather go against that than like all the fucking hyper bait stuff. That's probably one of the most fun bait decks to go against.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, Mao, let's finish with the questions so that I don't have 4 hours to edit, but just 3 hours.
Yeah.
The question in the server we got from Phil were, do I have time to wait to see if the opponent will use the turret just as the Muskie crosses the bridge? And the answer I think is yes, unarguably, right? One more second for the turret to
Yeah.
start
Yeah,
targeting.
you can react to it.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
definitely enough to, like, you don't have to predict the turret anymore. You can actually react to it now.
Yeah, but you do have to look at the muskie and maybe hold the troop just in case. But you're not gonna like be able to react to it if you look at the other side of the arena. It's almost like a princess bridge, for example. Like you have to be ready. But yeah, if you're ready, it should be fine.
Absolutely reactable. Now, for the next question, I'm gonna combine a couple questions because I think they're all the same question. Basically, is Hog 2.6 gonna be everywhere? Is it gonna be super meta? And what to use to counter Hog 2.6 and Hog EQ, both from a Mortar bait perspective, but also in general. And then a question from Dramatics, which I think we can just put on with these other questions. Will the same variations of Mortar be viable this season despite the probable resurgence of 2.6? I think I could say something about it. If you guys want to say something before, go ahead.
You can go first.
Yeah, I just want to say Hog 2.6 is definitely always going to be meta. That's not going away from the meta. It's not going to be the most popular this season because of Graveyard. I think those Graveyard decks are going to be more popular than Hog
Yeah,
2.6, as we can
and
see right
that's
now.
what I was gonna touch on. That's
Yeah.
what I was gonna touch on. I have actually faced quite a bit of 2.6, and I've only played to like 2,000 medals, but at the same time, I was playing on my hotspot, and I would say,
Still
yeah,
winning.
Hog is going to be more meta than it was because it's still not Splash Shard this meta. It's like the other graveyard decks, and there's a lot of outplay potential for them. Like, and I think Hog EQ too.
Splasher, correct me if I'm wrong. You have a bad matchup against Hog 2.6, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
slightly bad.
yeah, it's the same. It's the same as Mortar
Like,
bait, I think.
it's like probably like 51 to like 49 matchup. Like maybe even like a little bit further into
Feel,
their favor because, and
feel,
I know that I watch the top Splash Art players like Fire King,
yeah.
and he loses that matchup more than he wins it. So
Phil,
I
Phil
never
is
feel bad
saying,
about.
Phil is saying in the Twitch chat, Splasher totally hard counters Hog 2.6. I don't think so. I think you're
No,
wrong.
I don't think so either because Fire King is the best Splash Art player in the world, and he loses it way more than he wins it.
Does he still
So
get
like,
top 1k finishes, by the way, with Splasher? Like the OG Splasher?
yeah. I got a top 1K finish with OG Splash Art 2 months ago.
Oh no, I mean like Fire King. This guy that you're saying, because I don't know him that well. You're saying like he's the best player,
Yes,
but he plays
yes,
like the original version of Splasher, or does he
yes.
play
He
like
only plays OG.
Goblinstein? Oh, okay, yeah, no, I love that. Actually, I'm gonna go look him up after this stream because I love one tricks that never switch decks no matter what the meta is. And I
Yeah, he
didn't.
played with one Evo for the longest time as well.
Whoa.
I think it was the last Evo he needed was the baby drag, right?
Same
Yeah.
here. I didn't have an Evo in my deck either. I used the same deck as Fire King.
Dude,
Oh.
that's so
I've been
sick.
Fire King for many years now.
By the
And
way, sorry,
he
Phil.
got like a top 100 with one Evo.
Sorry, Phil, for misrepresenting you, by the way. He was just asking a question. He wasn't actually saying that Splasher hard counters Og 2.6. Like, he was asking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Misrepresented him. But yeah, I think the variants of Mortar Bait that are gonna be popular, just to go back to that question, are still gonna be the same, like the George variant. It's just that people are gonna use Dart Goblin, unevolved Dart Goblin, instead of Hero Musketeer.
Yeah.
That's gonna be, I think, the only difference. People switching from Hero
Also,
Musketeer to Dart Goblin. For Mortar Bait, at least.
I want to mention like the last part of that question as well. The probable resurgence of 2.6, and what he means by that is the hero ice golem. But we mentioned it earlier. It actually got a nerf like before it got released. So it's not gonna make
So wait,
2v or no 2v2 2.6 like 10 billion times worse. I think it's only gonna make it like slightly worse. It's
so the
still like the
two-
worst matchup.
So the two emergency nerf that went live today, where they took back the extra skeleton from the graveyard, so that it's back to 13, and they what did they do with the ice golem?
I think it was minus 59, no 69 damage per blast. so it went from 134 to 65, I think it was, per
Okay.
blast. And it had 3 blasts. This means that I think it needs... No, I don't think it can kill Goblin Gang. Or the goblins.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it doesn't change any interactions. I think it's gonna be fine.
No, it can kill spear goblins though, I'm pretty sure, but it doesn't kill goblins anymore,
So
like with 3 blasts.
So yeah, just to
Um,
finally answer the question, Hog 2.6 is not gonna necessarily be way more popular, and it's not gonna fall out of the meta at all. None of those
yeah,
things are gonna happen. It's probably gonna stay around the same level of difficulty. You're just gonna see it
yeah,
a little more often.
Yeah.
yeah. No matter what, Hog 2.6 will never get be a good matchup for us, unless maybe we get a super broken Evo. I don't know,
Yeah,
Goblin Gang
no.
or something like that. But
That's
not gonna
like
happen. Not gonna
yeah,
happen.
that's like saying, oh, one day Paper is gonna have a good matchup against Caesars. Like, no, that's not how it works.
Oh, dude, never.
That is funny.
Um, and then also relevant, what counters 2.6 and Hog EQ? I don't know. Going next, maybe. Just giving up. I don't know. I think that's
As
the
far
easiest way.
as far as Mortar decks go, Mortar 2.9. I can answer this with full certainty because I've seen Aaron play. You guys know Too Good CR, the guy that plays Mortar
Yeah.
Rocket. That's the only Mortar deck that counters Hog 2.6 and Hog EQ and any other Hog cycle deck. Because you have Tornado to pull him to the King Tower. You cannot get out cycled because you have the same average cycle as them. 2.9,
And then
2.6.
your rocket does more damage. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you can rocket cycle them at the end. So that's the best. If you want to counter Hog cycle decks, both Hog 2.6 and Hog EQ, but you want to play Mortar 2.9.
Agreed.
All right.
But
and
also
now,
don't play it because it's bad. It's so bad.
so did you have more questions? Because if you don't, I think there is only one question left here for me.
Wait, let me think here. No, I don't. Wait. Oh yeah, wait. We got another one on the Discord actually.
All right, wait.
Um,
Before we do that though, there's the last question from the thread that you made, the one from Pork Chop 08. He said, my main concern is around the hero wizard and the ability to defend it once it flies. How does that affect defense?
Okay, so I'm gonna say one thing, or no, two things. I haven't played against it enough to
Same.
make a proper answer. However, from what I've seen is, don't put anything close to your tower because that tornado does like 10 billion damage.
Yeah.
It does so much damage to towers. It's insane. So you
I-
gotta be very careful
I have
where you play your cards.
only played one game against Hero Wizard all season. I've only found one, so I don't feel qualified to answer this. What about you, Awake?
Yeah, I would say the thing I noticed is like it's kind of like if you don't have like an air something that's gonna hit air, you got to be really careful about if they're gonna defend it and use that ability. You need to make sure that it's on your side of the map if you're gonna defend it and you don't have an air like air counter.
So the
to shoot at it,
tower,
because
can handle it.
they'll just ability and it's gonna survive, and then they'll place something in front of it, and then it's just like this annoying thing. Now you have to use a spell. And then it's like you got to use a small spell, and they know that, so then they might punish you with like a goblin barrel opposite lane or something random.
Right.
So
Okay.
overall, it's like it's a very gimmicky
Already
card.
has like a crazy
I mean-
deck. The people who have wizard in their deck are using crazy random decks.
As far as my variant goes, for the two people that are actually playing my variant, Hero Wizard is never gonna be a problem, guys. That's why we have Evo Musketeer. You can snipe it from the other side of the map. Like, it's probably gonna be one of the best mid-sized troop for your opponent to have. Like, I'd rather they have Wizard instead of Witch even. You look like Electro Wizard? Yes, people tell me all the time. Also, the chat has christened Awake. You are now the Dark Prince. They always give us a card from the game that we are. My chat always does this. So my best friend, Marine, he's the Golden Knight. Mao, we're still deciding between the Prince and the Little Prince. I'm the Electro Wizard, apparently, because of my hair. And the chat decided that you're the Dark Prince.
That is kind of funny because I am pretty dark. Like, I am known for being really dark too.
Like skin-wise, or what do you mean? Or dark, like dark humor? Or
Like, I do have dark humor, but
I
also
see.
just like, I'm also mean though. Like people like have that agenda that I'm really mean. So like,
I've noticed everyone is always telling me, dude, you're hanging out with Awake, you're playing 2v2 with Awake. Don't you know that he eats babies? Like,
Whoa!
exactly, bro.
Whoa!
like I swear to God, that's the average reaction when the other people in the Clash community find out that I don't have a problem with Awake.
Yeah, it bugs people a lot.
Yeah, I don't
Like
understand
just
why.
you being like friends with me. Like I'm definitely like I would definitely say I'm like a black sheep.
Yeah, no, but if you ask like literally anyone, I'm the wokest person in the world. So if you were actually, racist, or if you had that kind of opinions, I will not at all hang out with you. I wouldn't even fucking talk to you. I don't respect people like that. But I'm not the kind of person that is like, you said retard? Oh, that's
Yeah,
ableist. Come on. Like,
yeah.
you know?
No, exactly. And like that's not like what makes somebody like racist. It's your opinions on shit. And like I'm fucking smart. Like, bro, anybody who's racist is fucking stupid because it's just arrogance. Like if you
It's the
don't,
dumbest
you
shit
know what I
ever,
mean? Like
bro.
we're all human beings, bro. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
It's always
Like
hiding
for
it's
me,
always hiding
I,
some other kind of incongruence in their brain. They're like, oh, I have nothing
yeah,
else going on for me. At least I can feel good about the fact that I'm white. You know?
yeah,
Dude, they gotta
yeah,
put that in the balance changes, low key. It's too prevalent.
What,
Gotta nerf it.
So,
racism?
so
Yeah.
something
Supercell
really
nerfed racism.
Yeah, please.
I don't think you realize this either, Prob, but they when they nerfed Graveyard, they also moved the skeleton spawn so a little bit further away from the tower, so skeletons don't just spawn
Yeah,
directly
no,
on top.
Mao told me about it. Otherwise, I would have never
Yeah,
figured that out. It's very subtle. But
yeah.
yeah, no, Mao told me about all the emergency changes, reverts that they did today.
I
You know,
posted another
it really
question in
sucks
the group
though.
chat, by the way,
What?
It really
from
sucks
Pork Chop.
because if Graveyard had been a brand new card, or like let's say it was Graveyard Evo or something, they would have never they would have never done like any change. You know what I mean? Or they would have never like done any emergency balance change. They only did that because of the card that's been out that everyone already has max level.
Yeah, but I also think that if they released the Graveyard now, they would not have made it RNG. I think like Graveyard being RNG was actually bad for Graveyard players too, not just for like everyone else.
No, yeah, I think it was no, I agree with you 100% because dude, there's games where I'm playing perfect, but it comes down to one skeleton hit, and
And
I'm
it's
like,
the
what
only
the fuck?
card.
Like, are you dead ass?
And it's literally the
You know what I
only
mean?
card. It's literally the only card in the game that has RNG. It's stupid. Like,
Yeah.
why would you keep it like that?
No, and why would you? And like, exactly, people like have asked me like my thoughts on like when they did this change originally, and I predicted that Graveyard would be way stronger. Because the thing is like now that I can actually predict like, oh, okay, he's not gonna be able to defend this because I know where my
Mm-hmm.
skeletons are gonna spawn. But
Mm-hmm.
like before is like you could play it and be like, okay, right now is a good time to Graveyard because he doesn't have the best answer, but you don't know how much damage you're gonna get. It's kind of like random. Like you might deserve to get a couple hundred damage and you might get nothing, or you might get more damage than you deserve. Either way, it doesn't feel to get more damage than you deserve doesn't feel rewarding, and
No.
then to not get the damage you deserve doesn't feel rewarding. So it's like there
Yeah.
was no winning, but now
RNG.
there's
RNG
like no,
never. RNG never
yeah,
feels
exactly,
good.
but now there's like no excuse,
This
now
is
it's
why.
kind of like okay,
Yeah.
it feels nice.
This is why I actually like Clash Royale more than most other esports, because it's the esport with the least amount of RNG. Even when you go down to shit like True Blue, True Red, which feels random, once you look into it enough, there is no RNG. It's just the starting hand. The starting hand is the only RNG left now that they fixed Graveyard. I like that. I like when things are
Yeah.
repeatable and consistent, you know? I was
No,
actually telling...
dude, I'm very, very happy about the change.
I
That's
was...
all I can say is I'm very happy.
I was
Because like
actually...
now skeletons are guaranteed to spawn on both sides. But bro, there's times where you play graveyard and only one skeleton will spawn on the opposite side of the tower.
There
Like
used
there's
to be.
graveyards like
Used to be.
yeah,
Now it's over. Now it's over.
no, now it's over. Now you have to play something on both sides.
I
Like
was
you're not going to just
actually...
get away with
I
playing
was...
like a lazy defense, you know?
Yeah, I was actually telling Mao though that this also means that people like us, that we play Mortar Bay and we have like a community with 700 people that all play Mortar Bay. Now we can lab a graveyard defense because it's gonna be the same every time. So now we can find out what the perfect positioning and timing is to counter graveyard every single time. So I was telling, like when the chat was asking me what I think the implications are of this graveyard change for Mortar Bait, I was telling them in the small scale, like right now in recent times, it's gonna be worse because graveyard is gonna get more damage. We're gonna get taken by surprise more often. You know, like the skeletons are gonna be more consistent. But in the long term, I feel like in the long term, this is actually gonna make it easier to defend graveyard because people are gonna find the setups to defend graveyard with their decks. You know.
Yeah. Even I'm still learning the setup that I want to do to defend with troops.
Yeah, I mean, the change just happened. It's probably gonna take a lot longer for like us to find a way to counter it and for you to find a way to abuse it. But don't worry, it's coming. You might beat us for the next couple seasons, but don't worry, the mortar baiters are gonna find a way to counter the new splash yard as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mao, you got
I'm
any?
excited. I'm excited to play.
You got anything left? Because the questions that I had written down from the thread, they are finished. We
Oh,
went through all the balance changes.
I posted another question from Pork Chop in the group chat, but
Oh, after the
I
balance
feel like we just
changes,
answered it.
Graveyard is exploding in use rate despite the emergency nerf. Will that be adjusted again? Yeah, I guess we just addressed it. I
A lot
think
of people are just trying it out too right now. This is like early season. Like we just got the balance changes.
Yeah.
Like everyone's still trying decks this right now. You can't go off of this. Like you have to wait until the end season. That's when people pull out their real shit.
Yeah. And I will say, like, yeah, we just talked about it as well, but like Graveyard it's broken right now because no one knows the placements yet. Like, no one knows how to perfectly counter it. So it's gonna take a while. But like for now, I want to say that Graveyard is in a good spot. I don't think they should adjust it again. They should wait a bit to see if it's like too consistent, even when people learn how to counter it properly.
I think they should not touch it for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then,
and
like,
if they
worst
do
case-
touch it, then they're shooting themselves in the foot because Jinxie hasn't even played the game since the graveyard change. And so if they nerf it before, like to the ground before he even comes back, and then he's like, "Oh, what the fuck? Like I didn't even get to play with the new graveyard, and they already nerfed it, yet they leave all this other shit broken."
Do
He'll
you think?
never touch the game again.
Do you
He'll
think?
never touch the game again, and this game will die.
Do you think he's coming back?
Yes, because of the graveyard change. Yes.
Do you think that Supercell has kinda done the graveyard change to lure him back?
Yes, 100%.
yes.
Yeah,
I
actually,
wouldn't
you guys
surprise me.
actually think I'm always of the opinion that Supercell really doesn't give a fuck about like what's going on in the community or whatever.
You know what? Honestly, I agree with you on that, Prob. But this is the first time that I think that they did this for Jinxie because this is the first time I think that they actually are realizing that Jinxie leaving the game
It's
has
affecting them.
already-
Yeah, it's affecting
like,
their
people
bottom
make-
line.
Yeah, because he definitely
about how
revived the
fast
game
Jinxie-
single-handedly. Like if they can bring him back and like keep their revenue for a while, then it's good. But like it's obviously dropping now. So
Yeah,
they're like
and like
pulling
it's
all the
dropping hard,
strings,
too.
trying
Like
to
if you go
get
and look at Google
something.
Trends, it's dropping hard. Like it's not even like a small drop. Like it's almost straight down.
Femboy Lily, Graveyard didn't get nerfed into the ground already. They just took back one skeleton, the one skeleton that they added. But the pattern change is still there. They still removed the RNG and made the pattern consistent, the spawn pattern. So no, it didn't get nerfed. Like it did get reverted back, like the buff, but it's not gonna nerf it into the ground or anything. It's still better than it was before.
I kind of hate that they didn't show the new pattern though, like that they didn't post it on Twitter.
They have it on Royal API if you wanna see it.
Like the new one.
Yeah. Oh, I think it was still the older one.
I still think Royal API posted like a video. I can check of like the
The only difference is
Emergency
just that the
updated
last
version.
skeleton doesn't spawn. That's literally the only one.
I just want to see
oh not there.
Yeah, because you might be right. You probably are right. It's just like the last one just doesn't spawn now or something.
Yeah, the pattern is still the same. Like Mao told me they actually put the spawn points slightly, very slightly closer to the edge, but that's it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I was wondering too, because they did say that they moved the spawn points a little bit.
Indeed. But yeah, guys, I think we have addressed everything. The stream is now 3 hours and 6 minutes long. I am gonna have to edit this Yo, Milo the Great is in the chat. Great day for a stream. Gotta go super soon.
Oh,
Though.
welcome.
Thank you for dropping by, man. You missed most of it, but I will edit this to post it on YouTube so that we only have the actual salient points where we answer the questions and not all the dead time in between, because this is 3 hours. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you so much to Mao for joining me, and Awake also to join at the end. We're gonna do this every month, by the way, Awake. If you want to participate in the next one, we're gonna do this for all the balance changes every month.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
And yeah, and thank you to Hunter for the raid, for the
Yeah, special thanks.
bro.
Very special thanks.
Hunter gave us a 200 people raid halfway through the stream. Love it. But yeah, bye bye TikTok.
Goodbye, guys.
And goodbye to YouTube and Twitch as well. See you guys. Follow if you like.